Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
94.7 Asempa FM Sony Ekosiisen On Asempa subi ye beda munyana say matwen yen ama enne ye hwedwumedi na say a bit late, and the reason is simple. And the Black Stars of Ghana, anyone fefo free Ethiopia a boy in faraway South Africa, Fofia and Twata match na ende 1-1. Rehosem brutal. Nti ene was a Sunday in South Africa. BBC na yetimi wini. A must win game for the Black Stars here in Cape Coast. And Cape Coast as our game no ever so. There a live commentary bebe mon shaden so. But yatna see na yatna see. Yeri Ekosiisen etwa so. But to start with no yebeko asylum down. Kamebe bu se okay. Asylum down. Ehona NPP on national headquarters ewo. Na any party no air press conference to react to ENRA, the speech of the former president John Dramani Mahama. The director of communications of the party, a lawyer Boabia Samoa ono ena kasa. In the yebeko akwa enkomo or the air tribune be ba na afe yatwa. So later on the show after the press conference no lawyer Sami Jemfi and a Dr. Bernard Okoboy will join us. Na afe the discussion segment no abremo. In the yankonkonkotie in Samoa lawyer ya Boabia Samoa.
The second time he won an election that we were in court for 8 months disputing. His first term then as presidency was distinguished by his declaration to Parliament that the beautiful middle-income economy inherited from before had been chewed to the bone under his leadership. And despite the lavish economic forum held at the Royal Senchi Hotel, supposedly to develop homegrown economic solutions, he returned the same economy to the IMF. As president, he took the nomination in 2016, that's the NDC's nomination, without challenge, going on to lose the 2016 elections with a record margin for an incumbent. His own party review, led by Professor Kwesibotwe, blamed him for the loss, citing a rising culture of monocracy waning political ideology leading to ethnocentrism, neglect of social democratic focus in policy making, alienation from voters, and poor messaging that did not resonate with the worsening living conditions of the people. It is not my language. The Ekosiise report says worsening living conditions of the people. Your mama was in charge. They didn't have touch the worsening living conditions of the people, and it's one of the reasons he lost the 2016 election. Perhaps for redemption, but more likely for economic reasons, his party gifted him the nomination in 2020, only for him to lose again. He is yet to recover from that loss, leading him to all manner of stale and incredible allegations about the 2020 general elections. Don't get it wrong. It is deliberate. The allegations, however incredulous, are designed to reinforce his dubious claim for a fifth run at the NDC leadership for the 2024 general elections. Hence the elaborate thank you tour, concluding with a televised thank you lecture yesterday, the 10th of November 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are focused on some of the things he said yesterday. Ghana is a multi-party democracy. It requires the participation of diverse political parties to be functional. Per Article 55 of the 1992 Constitution, political parties are to help form opinions and take charge of implementing ideas acceptable to the people. Indeed, Article 55(3) says, and I'll quote, "A political party is free to participate in shaping the political will of the people, to disseminate information on political ideas, social and economic programs of a national character, and sponsor candidates for elections to any public office," in quotes. So the real question, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, as demanded by the Constitution, has the NDC, under former President and several times candidate Mahama, presented credible political ideas and a social and economic program capable of moving Ghana beyond the present and into a future of wealth creation? Please, let us together examine briefly his claims against his delivery yesterday. John Mahama and the NDC are yet, as a social democratic party, John Mahama and the NDC are yet to deliver one socially sensitive policy for the benefit of Ghanaians to justify the attack of social democracy. One socially sensitive policy. The monumental failure of the one-time premium for the National Health Insurance Scheme is a glaring example. They collapsed free maternal health care. They delivered a few cargo vans in the name of ambulances, and up to now, we don't know what happened to the accounting for those ambulances. They opposed drone services to improve medical supply delivery. They struggled with the capitation grant for schools. It was in arrears, in several millions. They barely sustained metro mass transportation. They sank Maslock with alleged corruption, and it's in court. They just about managed to continue with LEAP, Livelihood Empowerment Program, and school feeding, though they left all these programs with heavy arrears. Above all, they opposed and continue to oppose free education, a policy that is perhaps the most socially inclusive in the Fourth Republic. All these are socially sensitive programs initiated and driven by the New Patriotic Party. And yet, yesterday, John Mahama had a long intro touting his credentials as a social democrat personally and that of his party, and couldn't point to one policy that alleviates poverty effectively for a majority of Ghanaians in Ghana. On the thank you tour, which obviously we all realize turned into a campaign trail, your mama, who is seeking your mandate to come back into government for only 4 years, spoke about 4 themes, none of which he offered solutions for, and will deal with those themes. The first is that the 2020 general elections were violently rigged against his victory. He keeps saying that, and it is deliberate. It is part of the plan to delude and deceive his party. But only he talks like that. The rest of the country and the international observer community knows otherwise. Cordio, the local election coalition observation team, corroborated the EU findings, the international observer team, of a free, fair, peaceful and credible election, whilst several media houses, not the MPP, several media houses called the election for President Akufo-Addo well before the EC formally did. And why were they able to do so? Because there was a transparent counting and collation process that parallel organizations could do parallel. The same EU did a parallel count, Cordio did a parallel count which corroborated EU, the media houses did a parallel count, and they were able to declare Nana Akufo-Addo as the winner even before the EC formally declared. So where is John Mahama with his talk of violently rigged elections? Don't forget that within 6 months, in the teeth of COVID-19, a brand new voter register was compiled and voting done and declared. This is the first time ever that the entire electoral process from the register to election and declaration was paid by the government. The first time ever, all the expenses were paid by the government. The government also guaranteed the most peaceful Ghanaian election ever by ensuring that political vigilantism was eliminated. And it is a fact. It is a fact. There were no crocodiles, there were no hawks, there were no bodies who could come in and snatch your ballot or threaten you physically or otherwise. The very unfortunate deaths occurring from a security incident during counting, the Fs they keep referring to, happened during counting in an isolated area. It's not reflective of the entire election, and its use to describe the election is disingenuous and an affront to the families who have lost loved ones in that process. They should respect the families and let the families deal their loss while the security agencies deal with the investigation and other matters associated with that. So apart from John Mahama's fertile imagination and the cabal in the NDC leadership who prop him up, everybody else, including the Supreme Court of Ghana, knows that John Mahama lost the 2020 presidential elections fair and square. His second favorite topic is abandoned projects. It is now clear that no matter the response, he will insist on his abandoned projects mantra because it sounds good in his ears. Yet, if he had really done infrastructure in the interest of Ghanaians, the projects would have returned him to power. The truth is that with the IMF in charge, he had no money to do roads. He mortgaged the road fund to the hilt and sneaked through the back door of Kufuor's Cocoa Roads initiative to overburden Cocoa Board with billions of questionable road contracts. His suspect e-block accounting will be dealt with in other fora, but his record of signing onerous take-or-pay contracts and high-priced natural gas deals have to be exposed for the financial problems they continue to pose to the economy. His inability to fund fuel to run power plants protracted doomsday, causing havoc to businesses and social life, an admission he made to Parliament himself several times. His third favorite topic on the Thank You campaign tour is about current debt and how he was accused of borrowing excessively. Of course, if you borrow recklessly, you need to be told. His IMF journey was because of his inability to manage the dangerous territory into which he led our financial sector. He confessed in Parliament himself how recklessly the financial sector had been mismanaged, leading to major losses in savings, incomes, and jobs for banks and savings and loans financial houses. Former President Mahama was the architect-in-chief of the financial sector bubble and its collapse. Simplicity. He can never run away from putting us on the path to mega debt. In any event, in seeking to lead this country for only 4 years, he has not contributed positively to any conversation on restructuring the financing patterns of this country. How and where is he going to refinance the current public debt and run his programs, if any? His only solution is the IMF. In that case, what new thing is he bringing? Indeed, in refusing to admit the economic ravages of COVID-19, as well as laughing off the International Financial Magazine analysis that the NDC MP, Sam George's advocacy style, could cost us some standing on international financial markets, the former president continues to keep the question of his incompetence on the front burner. Arguably, with the whole world in deficit financing mode, this is the best time to get the old financial rules that disadvantage developing countries re-rating. And that exactly is what President Akufo-Addo and his financial advisors are doing. Business as usual will not deliver the resources needed to bridge our significant infrastructure and social capital gaps. Finally, former President Mahama talks about corruption on his thank you tour campaign trail. He's asking Ghana to give him, John Mahama, the walking embodiment of corruption, the mandate to come and fight corruption. His solution to fighting corruption in his critical actions paper of 2012 was that he would lead by example. That was his solution to fighting corruption. He would lead by example. This example, John Mahama, had to be investigated by his own president for doubtful aircraft procurements. Is implicated as government official one in the Airbus bribery scandal and signed off on a $1.2 billion to deliver a project, $1.2 billion to deliver a project eventually done for $4.6 million, a difference of 26,000% in savings. This example was swallowed by alleged organized judgment debt shenanigans. Yes, John Mahama can talk about corruption, but he has not the faintest inkling of integrity to combat it. His attempt at dealing with employment is totally laughable. Researchers have said that since the NDC collapsed, what was left of Dr. Nkrumah's researchers have said, that since the NDC collapsed, what was left of Dr. Nkrumah's state industries and public service expansion in the 1980s, it was the MPP under President Kufuor which started active state support of employment creation through the Presidential Special Initiatives and the National Youth Employment Program. Former President Mahama bastardized these programs with ghost names and dubious modules leading to flying guinea fowls. Graduates were organized under an unemployment umbrella, and the IMF stopped him from recruiting into the public sector. In spite of his long stay in power, Aspirant Mahama is yet to learn any lessons about public sector finances for job creation. In his speech, he complains, that is in his speech yesterday, he complains about a gap in financing of the public wage bill. Then he goes on to state that he's going to create 1 million jobs in the public sector. How is he going to fund those jobs? Has he so soon forgotten the public sector jobs do not turn a profit, but rather facilitate other sectors of the economy? Without clear revenue, how is he going to generate and pay 3 shifts of public sector workers? We have between 600 to 800,000 people we have a gap in salary payments for, and you want to triple it. 800 times 3 to 2.4 million in 3 shifts. How are you going to pay them? And you tell us you are going to create jobs in the public sector. In some ways, the near impossible promises show an unprepared John Mahama selfishly seeking your mandate by exploiting your current difficulties. The difficulties are real. The issues are real. Fuel prices are real. But John Mahama and the NDC are not the solution. The CDD post-election 2020 survey is very clear. All told, only 35% of the people surveyed voted for the NDC because of performance. And you add all the reasons for the result, only 35% voted for the NDC because of performance. The voter reduction against the MPP was for the MPP to react positively. Therefore, between 60 to 70% of voters expect changes in the MPP style of governance in order to continue to break the eight rather than change to the NDC and let them set this country's development agenda backwards. The MPP government will continue to respect our democracy. We will continue to respect the will of the people. We will continue to respect the people's rights and support the discharge of the people's obligations. We will continue to respect the dignity of the people. We will continue to push for substantial changes to the world financial architecture so we can also help our people out of distress. We will continue to champion programs that support the delivery of crucial infrastructure, create jobs and incomes. We will continue to fight the conditions
Asempa
that militate
FM.
against your economic growth and your social welfare. We will continue as a party and government to offer clear visionary leadership that not only diagnoses problems but seeks to resolve them. We will continue to offer hope and belief in the Ghanaian and Ghana. Thank you for your attention. Enuanom ne adofo menuanom senchefo da boss say wie mode osiayo yo amwa be hiae se de bibia ye no fiada tadi bribia ye no ye hwese ya na fiada bia ni mo be hia na nkomo bi wo ha ye die na ene atweaba ya wada bi se ye nyina nim se enra owura mama se ya dagie nyina ehwe petrol bo adagie nyina ehwe kwan e be fa so a ye nwuma be san peja kwa daji achi adagie nyina kosi edadwene efa ye kan kro ho no na sebi ono de wasimu a oye 2024 campaign eno ena MPP ya hunu se ye kasi ye so man no a ye ni abere a ye ni man no etwa adwajo a ye adwini kwan e be fa so akoye ni mu no ya fa ahode bi anhia no a anhwa na ode yesikan adwananka the MPP ya boa ye ho awo se ehia no na anya kura nsemu a wokika yenso ye kire mu efse ya abakosem eda ho na Ghana fo nso ehunu de no kure mu otimi yeye abra no otia konwa no so enye nne na ode asi kire nsuo ebe so ne egu yetiko ti ene ye hia mu a ne ye behwe de yo mama ne penso otimi yeye nti ene no wokase yensa afa ne mbra yenji ndi se ono betimi ayama ye gitum ahunchire wo sebe petrol bo no kura nyasem kitwa enso yenim yenim se jo mama eba o no ka che o se odwene Ghana ho chen wo odwene Ghana ho chen MPP odwene Ghana ho chen obia enye no kure yenyina yenim se de o yesese no pese minkuminya o pe akonwa na tena so no de akonwa no ho nsesa aso na ade so aye na ade enye yen ye bre nti no wo pe aba oni ye bre no ho akwankyire bia oni ye bre no ho nhihye bia a ode be sekira ye daachi de ehia no a ne se obeka nsem a ebitie ya ho na ye gina ya no so na obetena akonwa so obetena akonwa no so a pese minkuminya adwuma na wo beye ene wiase obi a wo pre akonwa die se wa anyi antum se sebi covid ya renfo aka ye widie afam ne die asa eko ye mu bitete hei ebi hye akatadi mu ebi nhye bi asa eko na emom no ebotom ho asem na fei na ato ye covid botom ho nsensem na fei na ato ye efse ba afoforo no na do kan ye wo si yade no se be kunya die ye sika bi ewo bia ya honya bi ewo bia ye mfampre ni embo nipa ho ban na nipa ne te ase a obetimi aye adwuma apeska saa bere no na sisi yadru sikasem no eno nti obia oye mampanyi opre mampanyi na se wanyi antum se covid how bi wo ho na yesikasem ahokyere dada covid na san abefunya mu ama peja atra se de ni enim no a na yese ono no se de me pese me nkumenya nti na oba okwa amanonia America omunna womudi tintiman wo se bika mamke bia mamu mu pa womunna womu sikasem imu dupa wo biase enso omukra no womu tweska ena omudi wen covid nti a womu twesika no trillion dollars no omu ho odin a womu wo saa 2 million bitimi twesika no nti no omu twa de wen wo covid nti omu di be sha kwan yomu infrastructure omu di to enuro di won krofo etia covid omu chiche sika man krofo a covid etimi omu twere check di man krofo aban chiche sika di ntia afiso omu no omu tumi so mu tweska no mbi yesa anema yen Ghana sebi eba ewiase sika sema yen fisusa yeni amodin eni tumi a yebetimi akotweska ekotwesika sisi a ometo ahye yeso se omu nti ase ekobone nti adwuma
Asempa FM.
America and Germany ni United States friends UK no me ade no ebetumi twesika de aye no ye haidie efa yakwan efa yenkane asem efa ye school sem efa ya pomudin sem efa aduro no kra ye de wo ye hu etia covid no ni nyina no awose ye pre efiri to ketenkete na ye ginu a enso hwe awose ye bobosia ne boodin na afei so la sulala serisi kakra nti esika no bibia na eni wo fom enso ye ho hiahia enso ye ni ho akwan se ye de ye kotwa sika ni bi ye de bi siesie ho afei se ni sa ahoden tano na ye MPP they say ye ntramu sa ye ntramu sa si ye prebosia be duru ba bi no nipa no wo ma obosia no o ma tutitete ho ana eniema ajebu nti kakrai be no ha ene se ye bie eto tokura to omo mutu ato no nti wo hwa bibia yesu se omo mutu ato Ghana ha nyina wo sisi nchichemu wo ha omo ye enan pe ene yetimi ye Ghana card na wie ama ye de Ghana card akohye GRA mu ama omo mbetu ato ni yenya 86% nti eto dada no ewo ho no ano ye ne mayi a ebetimi atrem ama omo ntua bi kura no omo de abeka ho na apagya kakra se be ya yenso ya ho hiahia no eso beti eya de pa ebi se eno na beboaye obi free baby emmesom ye obi free baby emfa ne sika emmeche na eno kran so se ne obi sunto ho a no osu che se nipa kakra bi na to no agogo wo so omom ya aban adwuma wa wo adwuma so a ebe hu se adwuma ne si ho ene e ba wo so nipa ne pii de na mu a o ma ntua to nti MPP aban yenya akokodru ye de Ghana card apija nipa no mutua to e free bet 3 million ekeka ko 15 million nti se nipa 3 million no mutua to 10 cedis ya ene nipa 15 million se no betua wa toto no mukura no a watri tisika be ba no so eye adwuma ye ena ye bo sika no so enwunu gu fom no so bai e fe bibi race leakages aban sika enwunu fa ha eno ne digitalization aban they say aban sika no unkohia obi ena waje ena watwere receipt tintin ebi wo kra ban sika kra ukotua sika be 50 cedi a receipt be 9 as you mo betro no ne ho kabro sa 50 cedis do a ukotua no ene Ghana Pay platform inti with me to sika with me to customs duty unko tema with me atena nkran with me atena kumasi with me atena sunyan atua customs duty or bank na wo agent papa where you car where you niema e de ebuka mu de abrewa untu na ekura enkotema ema guy ema sika no anoboa nti eya ade a ye boa nso se enema ye hye ema ne de kwa ama no nso ye de one district one factory ebie mu ne yesiesie se ba bia duro no yetimi esakira niema no ni kakra ebo bebem achen kane no se ye do bayira na se yesensene ne no aho kakra ne de kwa ama no ne a ho be won faso chense de bayire ne minti eni ho anwea ne nyina efrefuom efridam bai abesia bankran na ye de egu container mu akwa bruchi enti eno ne 1D 1F no ene mango anka atimi gu kwan ho pro ne akra eno bia yechi efri South Africa abane ye to no store eni nyina no enim siesie wa ha emeburu benya adwuma ye esika sembe peja eni 1D 1F anti ye bibia ye besa kira kwan a ye buye man ye won hihye ye nibrin hihye na ye wo hunso a ye adwuma enye se bia ye ti aban mu na ye kasa kwa ana ye ti aban mu na ye nim se ohaw eni bre ne abenedie e wo man mu na emom no sa haw ne abenedie mu ye hu bibi asakira eniema na yo mama nso no wo predi wodi mumfiri no mu yiso empre no mu yiso wodi uso ekono asanan a wo kopre enum na wo pre aba sebi o yefre ne sen efie nan pe na anhwe a obenya na ede ye de wo be ya ma odi kan de ma no ono economy akofo de share ne nsa na otia no vice president community management team obedi president 2012 economy ni kodi nsa 209 obeka che parliament say awi nam naka dombe ono awo economy na no otia do ono si awi nam naka dombe ti ono awi nam naka dombe a hwan ena sisi okoyen abo afoforo ama no ono asa agina so e de ko IMF ono asa hwe ema financial sector eye basa kofo nyuma gui banks gui savings and loans kofo susu shi ono a tete ho ama dum so ye ka che ne se to fanwo wasi bempene enye fanwo eduru ba bi kwa dom se ebayifo motia ede endien tete ho ama kofo nyuma gui kofo mo ye operation edu wo hospital ni ade ono a ko parliament ko kan se wantimi anwen amadum so no asɛ nyema pi mo ye man mu ha nti saa panyi 2016 osa bai wanya a wono aha ni kuosi 2016 na wanya campaign na wanya ni yie no ntia na oye ne niema basabasa ama ni kuofo anjina antu sebe ne niema no sebe omo ane kan yo on si manfra sem wufri ha sem nyina o ye hwe bia wufri ni ahwe onim ni ate wo mo ama ono na ne krofo ko ti botwe mo ana e kai ene no so wetiri sampa odi 2016 e ko guye ene on sande 2020 che 2020 odi ko wie supreme court wenya ene wo pri asan ko 2024 nti o si election ye wia enyira mo nyina amote o si chinchim ne nsa asojafo na chinchim ne nsa ene eji election free nsem enye sa dia nkane o ye his excellency president Mahama na misreka ono nko ane da yeso oni ni paka kre bi pe ene woni NDC ni mu a o maso so ne mfia o kika kansem sa evisa manonefo e ba election o msi ni mu ehwa Ghana fo kodio fo mo so manonefo na sene so sisi ne mu ehwa senchirefo mo da ne die no msi ne mu ehwa na do kra yi vigilantes free ade no emamu ye beche fefe eno chi na do aban ne nko a ene tua sa election e ka ndisi fo aka election kwa kiaye mo kai dom ye omo mpini me ye register yi kire vanko si ha enso na do gina ne naso electoral commission gina ne naso o tua election ka emamu da ho fine sebi ewu a eba a kire o baby am ye bia no mo baking kan aba ye hu se obi be wiam dien security for ye wo mo adwuma sa wu na aba a sefem se dwoma ama mo de di boda wuro se sa wu no e ma election ni nyina eseye efise de ha mo mafiri mu na busuafo enye fe so mo kai se busuan ya o ebribia so mo nim se nye sa na election ti nim se election na buda ho fine e mo pese min kuminya ya da bia ye kai ti no mkeka sa se so ye be ne dey ye constitution na si ehia political parties nti ke ntimi nka se ye ma your mama enkasa o political party ehia no e mo no ne kasa mu no ne yesisi afes e die pa no ma ya makana so mti social democracy ne kire se do yonku se wo ho na bibia wo bia che menso bia so na se wo aban mu a obecha de amana so bia so de na se nkrofo ho hia e da osi anokwan nti man ya yebo mu yi ndc fo ntimi nya hye ba kokura esi wo ho hia ho kwan ba ko se omunye MPP dia ye no kra no mpeso msi anokwan no mompene emienye NHIS ye omudwane free parliament omso mompene echi omso mbe one time premium no mompese sika no ye ka eno so omantimi anye ebe sine free maternal health care ye yerenum ye nuama ewo kufo tuaka eno so omantimi anto aso omso omkota ambulance tontra onkofa begu kuruma edesisi be makam tontra ene ya kra ambulance utwemu ati hwi ni twetwem na eboa ehiafo so maslok ko 40 years ebeye bodwa bosiama ehiafo nso ehu omho ano yede hye omho nsa na nso dwiri mikata hye ne proyensem siye kasei ewo court LEAP livelihood empowerment program and a school feeding omtimi to aso omja ho ka buguruja ene maaye free education no na edom duduo pa no eno ebesi ne omunya ombetwam ndc for ezo mu ba bi omunya musika free omunya ombetwam nti omuka se wo mu do wo mu yonko se wo mu ho a ya na hu ehihye kro mu gina so akasa nso agya jo mama se chinchinia democrat ti bende ebema no ho kwan amana kasa Asempa ko so otai kan abandon project so wa ye project na ye jani wrem owura so ye project na wi asenka ye to abanka nipa 1,20,000 what can project you want sem sa wako election bi no ya 20,000 wo de kan project you want sem ya kan kire mu a so chinchinia enwon no a ono wato ama na 20 no eno a no peso ye nso okukomu a akwan kura wo kase abandon project koko roots akofo the back ena okoto si so efse na IMF from man kwan man mo bosi anko ya kwan bia nti krom kwan cross koko root no de akɔhye ho kwan ye dada enkran nyina o ye koko root ama contract bibiri o musan koko root na ntimi antuaka ye ni mguase poto road fund o de kosi awwa ankosi aga ayi energy dia ye kan asem no kura na chese ye kura take or pay enye kura afei osika eno kura eka ewo obi ene hosi eka enyo na emu no se woti man mu na se wo hihye nyina ejina se wo bobosia so a ene eka beba eno ntina ye de ye prese covid edi ewiase nyina akọ eka amamu mu no mpanyimfo omo wiase omo kura sebe esikasem no mu no ye no mu dinkita ho na nkoma sachira kwan ye fa so ebu wiase nkonta esese efise omo no de omo ho kwan etimi eyisiesi omo sikasem na ye de duru yeso a ebribia na ye de ka ebuti aye enso eka no nyese bakwa aye nipa ho adwuma ene ye de ye covid pen so wiase fa na obi ani ho a onya afa so eka do kro man bia na de ne duru abibrim hade a ne de ye ka boye na amanone fonde omo no afa omo kanom de ye chewo ye nkoma a obia na ni da ho se obeso obedi mampanyi bia oyire ne ho no odi so mampanyi bia no a wonte sa nkomo na ase no na kyerɛ sɛ onim deɛ ɔbɛyɛ ɛsɛ ɔbɛtena akonnwa no so a ɔnhunu deɛ ɔbɛyɛ nti yɛ a momusa de ɔmaama ɛka na woso sɛ abɛda hɔ yɛma no 4 years na ɛkwan bɛn na ɔbɛfa so a ɔbɛtua saa ka ɛkwan bɛn na ɔbɛfa so a nneɛma ɔso ɔbɛba abɛyɛ no 4 years ɔbɛyɛ abrɛ ɔnim sɛ ka no IMF no ɔbɛkɔ IMF so kɔ a ɔmma ɔmfa nipa adwuma mu IMF kɔ a ɔmma ɔnyɛ akwan IMF kɔ a ɔmma ɔntua free SHS IMF kɔ a ɔmma ɔnyɛ hwee deɛ ɔyɛ bia ɔmbɛtwa so nti yɔmaama ɛbɛgye yɛn de akɔ yɛkyi anaasɛ ɔkwan foforɔ bi a ɔbɛpɛ sika a ɛnyɛ ka afei yɛ na ɔka dream market ahyɛ ne korɔyɛ ɛho ase ɛnso ɔho kwan sɛ ɔdi ho nkɔmmɔ na mmom no ɔbɔ no ho safohene sɛ ɔna ɛbɛkɔ dream market ahyɛ ne korɔyɛ deɛ ɛɛsere so ɔdo ankasa ne wideɛ no ɔnam hɔ no kɛtɛ ahyɛ ne korɔyɛ ɛnsɛm wɔ ado korɔ wideɛ no ɛnyɛ bi nie ɔno ne first vice president ɔte akonnwa so Ghana ha the president committees yɛhwehwɛ mu na yɛasoma no so ɔnkɔtɔ aircraft ɛmfiri Brazil na friends twobo kɛseɛ paa ɛna akɔdi mu government official one deɛ ɛhia po sɛ mɛka no ha ɛwɔ yiwokɔ a ɔmde twɛn no ɔbɛkɔ akɔyi na no ansana safety switch interoperability yɛ nnɛ ayɛfɛfɛfɛ yɛ obi amiamia ne phone so a na ɔkɔ n'anim nko ɔkɔyɛ no $1.2 billion okunini Alhaji His Excellency Vice President Baumia etimi hwɛ so mo bi no $4.6 million pɛ nka ɔbɔ yɛ ka buburu gya ɛno nti yɔ mama onye obi a obetimi ayɛ adwuma no a wɔpagya no ho sɛ obetimi ayɛ ɔso ɔbɛ ɔde adwuma ebre mebu na ɔkɔma public sector yakɔ 3 shift public sector adwuma nyɛ mfa so nti ne ɛyɛ o woyɛ public sector adwuma mfa so ɔma no wanya bi de atua ka ɛyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ a aba nhyehyɛeɛ a ɛboa nnwuma ɛmi gyina ɛyɛ bambɔ nhyehyɛeɛ ɛyɛ sikasɛm a ɔde bɛyɛ akwan no me adeɛ nhyehyɛeɛ ɛbiri biara no na wotua sika ɛnyɛ adwuma a ɛfa so ɔba mu nti wokɔ so nipa 3 shifts akɔ public sector shift ɛwɔ hɔ akora sisi kora no waa ho siesie ntimi ntua ka na 3 shift na ɔde bɛde no watua ka nipa bɛyɛ 600 to 800 ɛwɔ hɔ siesie no ɔmaka tua ɛde na o san akɔfa emprenu abɛka ho 2.4 million public sector wage bill bɛde no watua IMF na wo kɔ no ɔmɛmo afa sɛ nipa na adwuma ɔmo no de ɔmo bɛba bɛtun kɔ ɔmɛka sɛte so nti o se wo besiesie ɛfɛ de sɛ mmebunu adwuma wo plan die na da bia yɛka yɛ mama ni plan bia ni hɔ ɔbɛyɛ ama wo ɛno nti yɛde bɛwie ne sɛ yɛni gidie yɛn MPP yɛni gidie sɛ Ghana man mo a moto aba Ghana ha mo ayɛ matwene a mo gidie sɛ mo bɛto aba amadwo mahama yɛnim saa ɛfisi yɛto aba yɛwie 2020 CDD for hwehwɛ mo ɔmyɛ no Ghana for pii ubu sɛ ɔm sɛ woto aba ma ade na woto aba ti a MPP a ɔmo ntimi anka sɛ NDC ho akɔno ntia nkyɛmu a ade mu aduasa enum pɛ ɛna ka Asempa fa NDC aduasa no nso deɛ yɛmfa nni nkunim abatoɔ mu wɔ Ghana ha na dodoɔ no a deɛ ɔmo ka ne sɛ nkyɛmu aduosia kɔ aduoson deɛ ɔmo ka ne sɛ ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo hu sɛ MPP amamuo no yɛatenten nneɛma bi wɔ mu ama ayehwam kyɛn sɛdeɛ ɛsitia no nti Ghana fo ni da soɔ no ɛwɔ yɛ so nti yɛn MPP foɔ yɛgye tu deɛ ɛkɔ so bi sesie bia yɛgye tu sɛ yɛne mo na wɔsi esiesie sɛ yɛpɛtro ɛkɔ soro sɛ ahokyerɛ bibi ɛwɔ hɔ biara na ho nsunsuansoɔ wɔ hɔ nti wɔsi gyina sɛ nsunsuansoɔ no ɛne ho nimdeɛ so ne yɛn nyinaa yɛhwe bom ne yɛboa ne yɛsiesie ho na yɛka sɛ yɛdi nsɛm a yɔmaama ɛka akyi sɛ ɛɛden ne deɛ yɛgye no tum a nhyɛ biara ni hɔ a ɔde bɛsiesie ɛɛden nti yɛbɛsan akɔ yɛnkyi MPP yɛwɔ gyidie ɛwɔ Ghana fo yɛwɔ gyidie sɛ mobɛso yɛn yɛwɔ gyidie sɛ mobɛtaa yɛkyi na yɛn nyinaa yɛakɔ yɛnim na campaign 2024 na yɔmaama asi mu no yɛaso bɛdwo yɛn kakra na yɛayɛ adwuma a ɛgyina yɛnim seesei ɛsi yɛne so seesei yɛtumi ama yɛn ho aha yɛn ansa na bere no so yɛnim sɛ bere no so a mobɛtoa yɛ so ama yɛbreki 8 2024 ɛda mo ase
Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
Anytime I feel lonely, feeling sad, only one station makes me happy. When I wake up in the morning, only this station makes my day. Yeah. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. 94.7.
94.7 Asempa FM Sony Ekosiisen On Asempa wuti nti the Honorable Yawboabin Asamoah Esquire and ode press conference emunsem just the modikan atenti that was the NPP Director of Communications in the asylum down your press conference at the party's official reaction to Enra the thank Ghana messenger Omanpenyi that John Dramani Mahama editu Jamobekaya ye fasa statement nso live ewe Ekosiisen dwumadi eso enti yetwa so enche your discussion segment near the ehhehhe so lawyer Sami Jemfi and Dr. Bernard Okoboy doc former deputy health minister or a former member of parliament Lejokuku constituency, former board chairman Kolebu Teaching Hospital and a board member our National Health Insurance Authority. Sounds so lawyer Sami Jemfi, national communications officer Edema NDC. Mpenyifo menu na ebetrase na yedi enkomo mainly focus na beye enra nsemo mampenyi dada editudwa na nsemo a lawyer Yawboabin Asamoah and so ede atudwa ubetime de wadwenkyere abrain on all our platforms kai. So we are live on Facebook. Oko Facebook, I just search for Asempa 94.7 FM and like our page, share the stream. Ubetime de comment and so go yebekan amount. We also live on YouTube. On YouTube, and Asempa 94.7 FM. That's our channel on YouTube. On Twitter, your handle here at Asempa 947_ FM. Please share your tweet with us. Na yenso any phone and share. Alternatively, or call myjoyonline.com and adomonline.com. Ubetimi etie ewo honom and so very important. You can also download our apps, the myjoyonline.com app, the adomonline.com app from the Google Play Store, the Huawei App Gallery, and now say the App Store. Na wetimi etie your podcasting so you're available after the show or Spotify or iTunes and nina wetimi etie via our podcast and also on our websites myjoyonline.com and adomonline.com. You have access to the podcast now wetimi etie show no here papa for you to be part of this big show and the big conversations on our program. Medin your say bonsu Mamena production team na se Dominic Kisi Yeboa Nana Chumbere ma Jackson say Tiamoa and Eric Opare Munimun so say any before Ekosiisen shase and shase at 3 p.m. Usually a shase 2 p.m. but Black Stars game in shase 3 p.m. Unfortunately, me share me Black Stars Jesse. Oh, Jesse you swear for say. Now Black Stars no cry. So I just for our team. Not just where for saying the emotion and saying you. You go back and I added that for no money Jesse Mayana. You call added that this Jesse is not bad at all. You know. In the to me, Ekonya Jesse we are and let me show me Jesse come. Now boys na kobodro. Troka. It is no. I was say share your friend is saying what would happen on Sunday. Now me share ranking no as we stand. Mamenhwe bio na memamu hu how ade na city because as ade no yan take time e be ferry poto but say to start with no say wo share rules na governing the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Unim say in the league format said your mobile because unim say we no we are one country never qualify from this group. Now, what called the next stage? In this league format, no, the ranking in each group is determined as follows. TNU, number 1, greatest number of points obtained in all matches. That's the group matches. Well, be point be brino now better number 1. And now, after points, no, the Omodi should be a goal difference in all group matches. Goal difference. And number 3, a greatest number of goals scored in all group matches. Now, rule like I say, if 2 or more teams are equal on the basis of the above 3 criteria, their ranking shall be determined as follows. And I know is before some about home photo, share the first 3 criteria now. Greatest number of points obtained in all group matches. As we speak, South Africa bebo enyumre, omoni Zimbabwe. In the Omunya more, in the see I'll share 10 points. South Africa were 10, Ghana were 10. And we are tied on points in the group. The second criteria, a goal difference in all group matches. Usha goal difference now. South Africa were +4, and Ghana were +3. And what it then means is that South Africa better number 1 on the group, Ghana better number 2. The third criteria, the greatest number of goals scored in all group matches. Obviously, no, South Africa more goals. In the see a +4 and a +3. But points in there 10-10. But you may South Africa, what it means, they say, every goal be a South Africa be share against Zimbabwe, you know, and you go indirectly against Ghana. It is a banner say South Africa shares Zimbabwe 3-0 and Nyame Fasama in the Brunibe say touch wood. So South Africa shares Zimbabwe 3-0. That's all goals. Goal difference uba in Facebook live uba who standing no as it stands now. In the bra Facebook is here South Africa goal difference +4 points 10. Omona that number 1. Ghana number 2 goal difference +3 and point 10. Ethiopia were 4 or more -3 goal difference. Zimbabwe were 1 or more -3 that form say team. But say NA South Africa says Zimbabwe be 3-0. Now omu goal difference now say +7. +7. What it means they say omo baha na ye share omo ye say 1-0. Now you nya 13 points. By that time almost were 13 points. You could have 13 points. A goal difference. The South Africa heading. Echo. And you say almost Zimbabwe 3 goals and now no munya +7. Omo be was see a show almost saying Dabi. No, says munya +7. I hear +3. And then I was see a show almost be 4-0 and a 5-0. No ye timia babeda esro. In the end no ye penny was see a bomb pie na a drawer, and that's one person for Munsha 1-0 be. Hey, you're ready. Your party and watch the say. No, but okay. In the rules, like I say, if 2 or more teams are equal on the basis of the above 3 criteria, their ranking shall be determined as follows. In the above 3 criteria, the American Abubono, greatest number of points obtained in all group matches, goal difference in all group matches, and the greatest number of goals scored in all group matches. D say if they are tied on points, and I say if 2 or more teams are equal on the basis of the above 3 criteria, their ranking shall be determined as follows: 1, greatest number of points obtained in the group matches between the teams concerned, and on a head-to-head, you know. But I was always before say they drew head-to-head, you know. The 2 teams should be tied on the 3 criteria, and on the basis of the 3 criteria, we are not tied. Because goal difference, you get it. And we have to be tied on the first 3 criteria before we move to the head-to-head. And this is the rule. But who say Jamaluddin, the message is about Jamaluddin, you might have to check the rules again. And I'm reading verbatim the rules. Or no say. Okay, let me hear what Jamaluddin is saying. Jamaluddin is saying, we simply need 2 or more unanswered goals against South Africa. They use head-to-head first. Jamaluddin, I don't know, but this is the rules I'm reading. Ain't head to head first. Head to head first. Now I agree, but the head to head no will come in when the two teams are equal on the basis of the above three criteria. The above three criteria in the American Abobosono. Greatest number of points obtained in all group matches. And you're number one. You were 10-10. Goal difference in all group matches. Goal difference, no, a +4 and a +3 into a movie. And greatest number of goals scored in all group matches. And also more goals. They have at least one more goal than us. And we are not tied on those 3 points. And once we are not tied on those 3, no, you cannot move straight to head per the rules, no. Because rules, they can say you have to be equal on the basis of the above 3 before we consider the greatest number of points obtained in the group matches between the teams concerned, goal difference resulting from the group matches between the teams concerned, greater number of goals scored in all group matches between the teams concerned, and the goals scored away from home count double between the teams concerned if the tie is only between two teams, and a fair play point system in which the number of yellow and red cards in all group matches is considered according to the following deductions. Into your first yellow card, second yellow card, and indirect red card, direct red card, yellow card, and direct red card. And those are the rules. And I just even checked. Gary Al Smith has shared the same thing on his page as we speak. But Jamaluddin comes back or say, forget what you've read online. That number of goals for and against criteria was abandoned long ago. Hey, and the Jamaluddin, eh? Hey, na domi ya do e mo FIFA na. Okay, Domi, mon frère Gary. Call Gary near her. Mon frère Gary, and let's settle it once and for all. Now, BB me enkoyi. Ekosiise On Asempa 94.7. So we are all clear in our minds. And there, Masha me Black Stars Jesse, mempe man so same be. And mon frère Gary, and let's settle this once and for all. Now, BB me enkoyi. We say, good afternoon, Obi. Wish also for Mami Margaret Chewa Diaka of Suhum Landmark Chapel International a happy birthday for me. Okay, thank you. And also, former President Mahama and the NDC National Executives know the reason why they allowed former President Mahama to say what he said. Because the NDC members in government institutions have hung employment for government, blah, blah, blah. Okay, operate in so my messages to keep it simple and short. Na yetimia kai amamo. This one says, hi, Obi, congrats for your award. As you are reading my message, is there anything like so-called Airbus scandal attributed to JM in UK? The last time we heard about this so-called Airbus scandal, which originated from the UK, the security authorities and law enforcement agencies in the UK have erased such from their books. On that note, what is lawyer Boabeng Asamoah and the NPP talking about? Come on, stop this deceitfulness if you have nothing to say against JM. Papa Bisiu is in Accra and Odiwe Abba. Talk is cheap. Is John Mahama going to use that 4 years to solve the entire problems of Ghana when he could not use even 8 good years to do anything? Ghana is hard, yet former President Mahama and the NDC can afford to rent a venue at Kempiski. Really? Samuel Brian Boabeng. Obi, that was an excellent delivery by Honorable Yao Boabeng Asamoah. Can we begin to interrogate the NDC? In 2012, they promised to create 1 million jobs. How many did they create prior to their exit? They talk plenty to deceive the onlookers and perform abysmally when trusted with power. Let us just forget NDC if Ghana has to develop. John Bat Addo is in Ohio, US of A. And Odiwe Abba. This one says, Obi, tonight's game between South Africa and Zimbabwe is a diplomatic and foreign policy rapprochement. Hey, than just a football game. Or say Owusu Bempa, sport analyst and historian. Osei Osubempa, sport analyst and historian. Thank you so much, my brother. That's an interesting point to make. Osei diplomatic and foreign policy rapprochement, and when I just mere formality. Meaning Zimbabwe for ni kujaim. Umujaim so the end you because they're not making. But let's see. We would get more friend Gary there. Mon friend, mama. Let's settle this. Me pamuchawana. Obi anya clear in their mind. Obi, a happy birthday to Abigail Ewua Saka of Gimpa Law School. I wish her all the great things in life and all the greater things she prays for. May God keep blessing her. Guy G is in Newark, New Jersey. To you, Abigail Ewua Saka of the Gimpa Law School. We say, Obi, good afternoon. What if South Africa draws this evening? Richard Kirkmensa and Ebusa. And almost draw there, depending on the. Yeah, so almost draw there, not just a still, no. Goal difference, the bear +1, no. And now say, but 11.8 or 10. In the show more, near 13, near, yeah. Into a draw would be to our advantage. A draw would be to our advantage. Good afternoon, Obi. Can you please wish Elder Kwejo Boabeng of the Church of Pentecost, Oslo, Norway, a glorious birthday for me? This from Cecilia Amwaten in Oslo, Norway. Thank you. A blessed birthday to my sweet sister, Mrs. Esther Nyako Anefi of Leeds SDA Church in the UK. May God richly bless you. Samuel Tay Adano, our Graphic Communications Group Limited. Omo and on the way about into Esther Nyako Anefi who lead SDA Church. Happy birthday to you. We say okay, let me continue. We say good afternoon, Obi. I'm deeply sad about the performance of the Black Stars in recent times. I'm tempted to believe the problem the FA goes beyond CK and Milo, and if the real issues aren't fixed, I doubt if Milo can take us anywhere. However, green Black Stars are not glittering anymore. Something must be done to take us out of the doldrums. There should be spiritual cleansing. Samuel Ablodepe. Happy birthday to you, my sweet sister Akosia Educhumwa Sapon of Despite Media Group. Wishing you a sweet days, months, and years now and forever. Blessings fall on you. Master Planner Jr. Ewakin Tampo to you, Akosia Educhumwa Sapon of the Despite Media Group. Happy birthday to you. A happy birthday to my beautiful daughter, Michaela Emefa Kumo. Your 24 months of existence has given your mother and I the immense happiness of a lifetime. You look more like a little Tweety bird. Happy second anniversary to you, my little love. This from Honorable Patrick Kwesi Brakukumo, MCE Wejagbawe Municipal Assembly. Enti Michaela Emefa Kumo. Oh, Papa, say Omawa Wodapa, you are 2 years old today. Do have a good one and a happy birthday. It does appear to me that the senior crop of Black Stars players have outlived their usefulness and must be yanked off the team. As for the numerous things former President Mahama said yesterday, all that is needed is just one lecture by Dr. Baumia, aka Mr. Digital. Greetings to Chairman Divine Otu Agohom and John Bwedu, General Secretary Papa. Say Obama is in Pokwase. Hi, Obi. Black Stars. It is well. Investors are worried. Happy belated birthday to Isaac Kwesi Boni, aka Board Chairman. You are live inside Kede. Thank you. And I'm Raba. Now, investors near Whymoa. You can't investors are. Why money investors no? Investors. Investors are worried. Investors, okay. Investors there betting. Omo try bet no, and the investors no. You monko swear. Investors. Wow. We say good afternoon, Obi. Black Stars of Ghana have gone digital. Alfred Kojo Tradels. And on the way, Abba. We say, Obi, were you not surprised to hear Mr. Mahama speak about unemployment? This world, no balance. You plunged this country into doomsday for almost 5 years, and we all know how businesses suffered within this period. God have mercy. Fawaz is an Amasaman, and on the way. Mama, oh, fantastic. The BBC's George Addo Jr. is brutal. George Addo Jr. No, so that we too much. And now I'm share Black Stars Jesse. No, it is Isiano. Yes. What is the situation? Isiano, what do we have to do to qualify?
First, no, you first starting Paibo in the game. South Africa and Zimbabwe, Babebono. And no, Paibo say, Senyami betimi aye dia and the Zimbabwe cry more omni South Africa more draw. Na ye omumba ha ne mbabo ne winning yenko.
Okay.
So any prayer topic 1, prayer topic 2 near say South Africa be winning cry and on share 1B.
1-0.
1-0 B. Because South Africa could share 2 and not 3. That is a human ID. This is because FIFA World Cup qualifiers
yes.
Rules no say when two teams are tied, say teams mienu enya same points are.
Yes.
Ni ede betiti omumuno goals. Inti ebe share goals for. At the moment we share goals for now.
No, the who say Gary Aposti rules or say in the league format. The ranking in each group is determined as follows.
Yes.
A, greatest number of points obtained in all group matches.
That is it.
B, goal difference in all group matches.
That is point 2.
C, greatest number of goals scored in all group matches.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Inti yenkwa na ebe C point 2 no because if I say point 1 no
yenna you the same
same point right now 10-10 if I say South Africa South Africa be winning anajui into winning at 13 points
13
na you 10 inti ye shena yenna be
13
that's where we have to go to the 30 if we are level on points the next step is goal difference.
Goal difference
yes
in all group matches.
Yes please. At the moment goal difference South Africa
plus 4 and plus 3.
It
means say and then okay the 1 meaning say and then goals be a South Africa be share against Zimbabwe indirectly it goes against us.
It goes against us against them. Yes, it goes against us. And tia na yaka no so oni Zimbabwe bo na so share 1 na just wako plus 2 na just say share no 2-0 3-0 yes
3-0
yes. Are you getting it?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
We have to put in our mind that we have to win against South Africa at least by 2-0.
2 unanswered goals. But that would
heavily depend on what happens between South Africa and Zimbabwe. And we know see abo first. Into affair in South Africa, we got problem say.
But why was that allowed? I didn't abo first.
Oh no, it happens. Say it means almost abo first. Scheduling.
South Africa go home
South Africa go home.
Obo. Omo South Africa.
Yes, Omo South Africa.
Omo Zimbabwe.
Omo Zimbabwe.
Send ya NDU.
Mose. Na say Ethiopian so bo home ha. Say is bo home. And obi akọ and there you can never determine. Ball no there and that how you can never determine. Inti hope kakra wo ho, but hope na enya hope ni bia. And just South Africa na omo ye we bi. And South Africa bomb there we need 2-0 3-0 there na say
Jumana. It is a
I say you know your record no you say Egypt 7-1 da. Inti ena ye ba ofie. Oh, that's I no credit. Okay, second.
I don't say Benjamin Brand. No,
you go work up 14 Benjamin. How can I say the age for anyway? But so I normally before I go into the hard hitting stuff, you know, I like to give you a picture of what is possible. Well, first of all, you need the picture of what is possible. Yeah, performance in this World Cup qualifiers and Casa has not been too good. It has not been too good, even against Ethiopia. No, Siki Akono Ethiopia 1-0.
Yes, that was the first qualifying game.
That was I think it was second.
Second.
Yes.
Your first one was the.
Say we're in the group with Ethiopia, with Zimbabwe, and South Africa. So we played South Africa.
Yes.
No. It was Ethiopia.
Yeah,
then.
Ethiopia first 1-0. You call South Africa almost 1-0. And you call Zimbabwe.
And nearby, yes.
Zimbabwe,
yes. Zimbabwe is back to back.
Okay, home and away.
Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
I show 3-1, 1-0.
1-0.
Thomas Partey.
And no crowd and some lifeline.
Yes. So we had to win. Now, after the loss to South Africa, we had to win all games to bring them to the final game here. And like the South Africa Cup of Nations qualifier number. Now did they share 2-0? No. So that's how it went. So I mean, we've not been too impressive.
Okay, medium person say should touch wood. So South Africa said 3-0. Meaning say Omanya plus 7.
Yes.
Omanya plus 7.
Yes.
And a plus 4.
Yes.
What it means is that Swamaba High was
plus 3.
plus 3, sorry. In Omanya plus 7, yes. Plus 3.
In Omanya High was you have to beat them and overcome their goal difference. Yes.
Yeah, sure, 4-0. Head to head, you was through. Once we are tied on points, head to head.
Yes, head to head next. Yes. So win, but win well. That is the job in Sunday, and the job on Sunday in Cape Coast.
But again, depending on what
happens tonight.
What happens tonight?
I don't mean personally maybe our hopes because but we have not seen too many huge score lines. We have seen some 3-1, we have seen some 2-1. But you back and said the boys are going to be very motivated because they know say Ghana no mobile no Asempa. They're very born here when we are playing. And when we say 100 they lost that. So if we have the chance against Zimbabwe, then let's do it. We can benefit off some Kusafa rivalry. Because Zimbabwe ni South Africa no more rivalry. Maybe Zimbabwe because hey, we work up uncle. Maybe Ghana in Nigeria rivalry be na bobi. So maybe Kusafa rivalry can help. And
that rivalry can also be put aside and say let's push a South African team.
Kusafa and Kosovo. Then South African Kosovo.
But say also first president of Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Some so worry or Ghana.
But you know the first president of Zimbabwe which the Enkoho.
Zimbabwe
I mean, any way you look at it, I mean, it will be out there. The players want to play and show us. So because when Ethiopia for now come here, no Ethiopia team in the boy, no, they 4 debutants they bar on. These are players who want to show the world what they've got. They come out there to play. When you're Ghana, and Kebidio say go, he's everywhere. Into when you're Ghana, you play well. Yes. So look, they are all motivated. Now here's Zimbabwe team no crowd, and easy team. And any Zimbabwe boy in the crowd. Look, and Thomas Partey free kick here or born in 10 because keeper wasn't focused. We could have been a difficult game there. And these days, team Bia Bejan Nima, forget about the name. It is about 11 players who are willing to run for 90 minutes. And the battle is going to be won by the team. Chese Nenia Brepa so beko the coach kita plan ever work that day. Inti sisi any bibi to say be a Ghana and now say bibi say we big teams have to show say they are big teams. And the big teams then Senegal are qualified that Chelsea a big team. The truth is anka Ghana pa anka qualification we say we are supposed to be crying about the next stage. Nipa 10 na qualifier na wa pick draw na wa pick Senegal na say Nigeria na wa pick baku kese bia na Nigeria. Ehon na say ye ban ye dwen ho na say Zimbabwe and Ethiopia na ye brese na chese ejuma wo ho.
It is here no after this phase no.
Yes.
The next phase near then
a third qualifying stage. I know yeah playoffs. Into I don't know say groups near 10. Into winners team na beko draw.
Okay.
You will have a draw for all the winners.
All the winners.
Yes.
There are
10 winners.
10 winners
of the groups.
Okay.
Now 10 no, you draw now. You bring 5 matches.
Okay.
Now 5 matches you born home and away. Home and a partial. Home and away.
And what will be you, young
Kono? What will be you, young Kono? Qualify straight to the World Cup. Yes. Our slots are 5.
Wow.
Obi Academy say na Africa you want 5 and I can't be what 10. I'm say Africa you go semi-final da. When we hosted it, we didn't even go to semi-final.
Yeah.
So we have only 5.
Wow.
And this is the process to bring out the best 5 to make Africa proud.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
Yes, very interesting. And then the crowd you ever born after the AFCON. About the match.
In March.
Yeah, but AFCON.
Playoffs, no?
Yes, the playoffs now. Into hot. So
really hot.
Hope kakra but it's not just it's tight.
A lot depends on the game tonight.
A lot depends on the game tonight, and I want people to take it easy.
Asempa FM.
And I've seen a lot of people saying, "Player when the coach was trying things." I could see. Say Joseph Edu ne Daniel Amate on paper. We dream because Joseph Edu and Daniel Amate they should play. They should have the best, partnership.
Yeah.
But sometimes the days are like that. Be watch your first goal, but try to win your second goal, but and then Ethiopia found they played. And better than us. No, Krenny say Ethiopia deserve to win. Ushimupa, some boba, omunya chances. Ethiopia we omu problem. They say they don't score goals. Omu to mean shake goals. Nanko omu obe shake goals. Abubakar Naziri guy, small boy. On watch 29 goals in Ethiopian league. We show omu team now. Be 92% ebo wa Ethiopia. Either so about St. George and about Ethiopian coffee. Bakubi pet and also about Egypt. And Bakubi pet eboha. So they are used to what they are doing. And the way set we quite buy, 5 of their starters no money because na be for family reason. We say Ethiopia, Tigray, and semi Ekosiise. So some of them family reason. We had mama say man into quite there. So and there were some 2 or 3 injuries. So they came out there to show us what they've got.
What they've got.
And it's there. So what we can do now is that achiapa yebu. But there's hope. So what I want us to do now is that can we talk about what will help us get the result on Sunday? After Sunday, you can bring all the shenanigans and we can talk about all those things, because at the moment, you need to encourage the boys to go and do what they can do. When we say our quality, we have budding quality. I can say we have potential. Boys, they are coming through the ranks. It's good. Fatawi Sahaku is coming through the ranks. Kamal D. Suleiman is coming through the ranks. Kudus Mohammed is almost there. They are coming through the ranks. They are not quite there yet in terms of experience and all of those things. It's a gradual process we are going through. And I think it's something that we need to also understand. So the pressure of it. So when me know I run the commentary. Me share Gary Nimpa, over the commentary. Gary, there's no way we will get away 8 minutes, because you need to have gone through it a number of times with the national team to get that skin on, to get those goals. And this is a growing team. And I was Thomas Partey. We felt the absence.
The absence of Thomas
Baba Idrisu, I don't want to fault the boy. He was trying to do his best. And it didn't look like he carried the midfield alone, but it's a process. It's also another young boy who plays for Ramayoka. So we have to stay within criticizing a bit, but understanding that we still need the boys to get the performance. And then after Sunday, we'll see where we'll go. If you don't qualify for the World Cup, it just means that Ghana. That's what it is. That's the same and young person want to say.
Sadiq Adams, Sport Obama has joined us on the phone line.
Oh, Obama, Minya, Sadiq.
Sadiq, net is saying. Na NTCC ano then was here a friend say George Ado Amaye what we should do. What do you think that was here to get to Qatar?
Yeah, destiny me and some. You say there was here and say about Empire Zimbabwe. That is the only thing we can do, because the performance of the Black Stars, I listened to George and he was perfect. We are not yet a team. We have potentials. We have very brilliant guys in the team, individually, quality, but we are not yet a team. Because every day I say the Black Stars, any team in this world that are more solid, are more consistent, they must have played through the ranks of the country's football system or structure. Every country, maybe by default, tournament be. Na so but consistently, the players must have played at under 17, the core of them at under 20, the core of them moved to the national team. The only time that Ghana are performing so well for a consistent period of time, a time and 7 or 8 of our starters are under 20 level, and it doesn't happen ordinarily with African. It doesn't happen. Freeway, and then team of boy, Yatisia Edmonado Aba, near Freno, Yatis the Baba Idrisu, but the team, not a lot of them. You have first time called Musia, now 2 days to a game, a World Cup qualifying game. The first time ever, our Musia or anywhere. Obi who follow football religiously, I say top European teams, player the other clicking on that is between this year range and year range now about under 14, under 16, under 17 or the progress into they know themselves too much, and in football you can't discount that our national team because at club side you have ample time to prepare. National team you need pre-season. Shemilo by 2 days no match or Cape Coast. Some of them are even meeting them in Accra. Some of them are meeting them in South Africa for the first time ever. You are going to play against them. Ethiopia for now. All of a sudden, Ethiopia ball against Ghana, they say Nigeria and Egypt, because of course, they know themselves. So show more. They need a lot of them. They played in the Silnes Beshao team out about 2013 AFCON. 3 or 4 of them were there. At least a year to say they bet me Qatar and they say a bomb pie and na Zimbabwe for no 8 minutes South Africa abo draw amaye na ya show because South Africa say any goal omusha one ya be share 3 wa Ghana because already omu lead by 2 goal difference omusha one o de share 3 ni enda omusha 2 ya be share 4 omusha 3 ya be share 5 it any goal they score tonight is against Ghana not against Zimbabwe and that's what makes it difficult and Obi secondly World Cup qualifiers in Africa a huge business a politically motivated a project. Everybody in Ghana here who followed Ghana World Cup campaign in 2006 knows that it was a presidential project. It was a government project. It was beyond effort. Anybody who followed Cameroon in 82 knows that this was a Paul Biya project. Nigeria, every country, Africa, the Yambonekwa, how did Ethiopia? But people, a lot of people discount it. Oh, we have to beat Ethiopia. If we cannot beat Ethiopia in South Africa, then we have no business. Football is not about that, especially in Africa. I sat on radio. Now, my ranted said that decision of Ethiopia to change the venue from Ethiopia, from Kenya, all the way down to South Africa, an enemy's territory. They have the capacity to host the referee. The advantage to host the Ethiopians. Among for Becca say, oh, yeah, but for House of Folk, they cry at them. Guinea for you, I can't say, on to question. House of Folk for Mulia, yes, I'm for game, Nemra Ghana. No, then I born was one movie, nobody knows in 50 years. Comes out for the bomb game. Politics. For Ghana to allow that day a CAF president to do her. Saturday Nani announces that Ethiopia has changed their decision to play their game in Kenya and moving it to South Africa. Obi beka say Ghana for na ya nya de ba eniema e koso of football mo no enye kwa South Africa
but I don't know that decision no did we have the power to change it because no. Host nation they decided baby no.
I understand you.
Okay.
We did not have any advantage and I say right to change it per the regulations. What I'm saying is that there were political ways, any diplomatic ways
Yeah.
Which means we are official. Officially, we had no power. But the moment we heard say Ethiopia were in the process of writing to CAF say on person change your movement in South Africa after they had agreed to play in Kenya. And no nana mentias here no. And no underground no. George knows, Gary knows. Everybody in sports and even in football know how Ghana qualified for the World Cup in 2006, how we qualified in 2010. You have to work on the field and off the field. We will come back to talk about the players. We will come back to talk about the fact that we don't have a team. But the fact is that that decision, Ghana could have you cannot say it officially, but Ethiopia for well, instead of going to there is always a way that South Africa for would have played a part in this, but you cannot say it officially or formally. They will be interested. They are interested party. They carry game they call home. Ethiopia for now for days. They know say Ethiopia for of all African nationalities, South Africa or Ethiopia for South Africa 10, any other country. And your money na tilted towards them. But yeah, arrogance say, oh, we will beat them. Wherever they carry the game, we will beat them. South Africa for knows that in Johannesburg, recently we have never been good there. And never win in our country of football. But in film, said America no. Close, door neighbors. Let's hope and see what happens. But in Cape Coast, I don't want to bank my hopes. Says Ghana, the South Africa, if Zimbabwe for to consider even one, now Ghana kasi Bahuma South Africa 3. But any 2-goal advantage for South Africa tonight. A football, anything can happen. We beat Egypt by 6, but I think the South Africa, the American, say, UK 2013 World Cup qualifier, Egypt, Egypt extra comma CAF. I remember very well. Said the day na born, and I read this letter on radio in Kumasi. Almost say day now, a day of sacrifice for Omo and Kremofo. And Tiomombo, now you eat the ladder. And the calf ain't change the date, and now you Tuesday, or Wednesday, and now move on a Monday, because they don't think that on that day, a sacrificial day, no, a year more. And calf say decision I'm with Ebano, now Ghana work is a DNT, Egypt before no pay game on Tuesday, no. Ghana will play the game on Tuesday. And if you remember, I think that the FA president and a whole lot of people more argue here. CAF former decision is stay. Egypt for who said date to Tuesday on the day of Eid al-Adha, sacrificial day. Who said the game will not. And you may cost of football me plenty, but we downplayed, we discredited whatever the Ethiopians and South Africans were flirting with. And I think it be on here, but this things play a huge role in African football. Huge role. Why is Morocco welcoming all the countries in their home? All of a sudden, country be a person come Morocco, no come Guinea for Morocco in the group. Not Guinea, Calfed Morocco, and they accept. They are sure home and away. Morocco are qualified 10 years to come. Morocco has qualified for the World Cup. Nobody cares where they played. But what's the old Bobona? And you may be why. There are people, some of them, many of them are green. They are very green. But it will be a difficult task for us to qualify. Very difficult. And you blow your chance.
And the CAF president also free him.
I was making an argument on the platform with Elfin Penyuboni. Oh, these things don't count. If we cannot, CAF president in free South Africa, a millionaire, the campaign not started from Zimbabwe. Even though South Africa and Zimbabwe for Monkano, Kusafa for the Omomocho Kata said they want a Kusafan representation on CAF because Dr. PC Aba Yemeka Chiwanga Eba ya oni Amada they want Kusafa to run African football. Zimbabwe ne Kata ama pa Mutepi Costa Teye na omakwako tuwa bana wabeye president, a millionaire. South Africa for any omo president, they know the value of the World Cup. Even though say they don't have a good team, they know the value of the World Cup. We have done so many things on this campaign. A very, amateurish. And there might be a in this campaign, the time that we appointed a coach who said South Africa, time I sake no the appointment of a new coach, players I free. We did not prepare. World Cup qualifiers now. So we know team no be 2 months when we say solid team. When you do you can go through our campaigns they qualify, but we were not prepared. As the Kofa we are near their boom, near their boom. We cannot blame ourselves too much because it's a new FA. A lot of them are very green, working in CAF. Near Macro also working mechanisms and near underground dealings. Also, maybe Kurt and his team will not have the power. Our influences are near money be accounted very well in African football unless you want to underplay that role. No, but CAF president is South African. Whatever they will do, certain time, come back qualify for World Cup. They are achieving it though. Obama Ghana be home. Ethiopia draw. But why is Ethiopia so motivated? Kenya, South Africa will not fly there because listen, South Africa match. Ghana. Na Ghana hosu omote say omo na monya sa situation we na Ghana na South Africa ebo ha na Ethiopia for na bi omo ye outer say obi we GFA president now will come moving pick hotel ho na omo da ana o ko bi ambassador hotel ho na omo da ha say ya obi antimi nkwoshin we ye Ghana ni South Africa for be da ho a entrese wuntimi nko. But if anybody sees that a South African football official is entering a Kenyan hotel, South Africa for another Ethiopia for akoda, so suspicion be into onkokra. E won see a deal with Nema referee ne koda South Africa. We ndi entire there. But in African football, all these things play. Your team no yet, but off the field, on the field,
George, na me say the current team, and sorry, the current team, local players saying the team we call South Africa, no.
Yes, they were Fatah Isahako Dreams FC, and they were Richard Data, Accra.
Ganiyu Kotoko, right?
Ismail Ganiyu Kotoko.
Yeah.
Okay, and Ismail Ganiyu Kotoko, Richard Data, Accra to Folk, Fatah Dreams FC, and Ahoy.
I think that's it.
These are there. I'm gonna 3.
Oh, me and Sana Ape.
Yeah, Atakra wasn't in the first team today, so let's say we had 2. Yeah.
Gani Unibobi.
No, he was in the first team. Like
not the first team, no, yeah, but
Wambobi, yeah. Ata didn't dress at all.
Wow. Now, are there foreign players be a buyer? Now, so Ebo Dreams FC and San Omoko Abruchre.
Oh yes.
In this team.
Muntari Kamaheni. Muntari Kamaheni of Asdod.
Okay. Ono Babi.
Obadi. On the very place Gideon Mensah of Bordeaux.
Okay. And I view.
I think Dreams the players in there. Yeah. Okay. So at least Muntari is a Dreams FC player. So for now that there is no more Lomote, you can talk about Muntari and I think so. The only player.
Philemon
Bafo is still part. Yeah. Philemon Bafo is still part of the team, of course.
Oh, okay.
Dreams FC.
Okay.
Yeah, Philemon Honti and Fan is Dreams FC defenders too. Left back and right back.
About Dreams FC as in local player.
Yeah. Local player. Okay. 4. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. My interest is here. We are all keeping our fingers crossed. Yeah. And you raise Zimbabwe in South Africa time, man.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah. And you train how and no be said the market empire and was able.
Yeah.
A quiet 1-0 be there, not just say you careful for my
no crowd over here and no crowd.
Oh, that is 1-0. 1-0 all the other. South Africa for 1 goal.
Sadiq, my Georgie can be into a real about her.
Okay, so even say like almost 1-0 cry na some winning na ya babaka. Then we can say we have the hope to want to get the goals. We can try and get the goals. Say Abia against Zimbabwe wahai see it to me share 3, But there are basic issues that we need to solve. I don't want to go into the mode of having to do this thing, but now me sure said the last time a striker of the Black Stars scored a goal was a year ago. A friendly against Qatar, Kalibe Kuban. That is dangerous. Yes. And what are our options to try and help? What are the options to try and solve the problem? You see? So, look, I am trying so hard today. What's the say?
Are there good Ghanaian strikers out there? I am friend.
Good Ghanaian.
I am friend. I am friend.
So, DBA, one, you were good player.
Yes.
And now you were good player being applied well in a good system. What's it? Sergio Busquets is playing very well with Spain under a different coach. Sergio Busquets was playing so bad against another different coach in Barcelona. So it is not as simple as and that is what Sadiq was saying at the beginning. Say you must develop a team, people who understand each other. And that is what we are missing. The boys we have here are all fantastic, but then you could see that Edu, Amate, yes. That is the issue. And they are human beings we are trying to put together. And here can say a club footballer, me beto obi na me to Sadika. I have so many days to work on this. And next time boys hereabo international break. Remember say player be an international collabo. They are practicing systems. But a national team footballer, you international break. About 2 games, or 4 days, 3 days. So it is something so try design it all. And continuously work at it as and when you have the opportunity. That is why you must enter a certain system. These are the players I'm working with. And you keep on calling them and getting them in shape. And yes, because South Africans, so they are going to be very prepared for Sunday because they know what it is. In the next result of what they are.
Oh, no result no bad there.
No, say we
be rob
football. Say football. And say football. I say football. Football say be to be now the other thing about experience now it's important because football what can say just on the picture I'll tell you that no. There are so many things. Maybe I'll be down, maybe I'll be far, maybe I'll be cold, maybe I'll be casa, it's important. And I think we are at a place where we have to give everybody room to develop. But I want us to continue to develop with a plan.
With a plan.
That's my only thing.
That's a very important point. Sadiq, a final point in fancy.
Yeah, I agree with George. All of us are very impatient. Building a football. The last time I discussed the same thing. If we continue, a better than say Ghana bit na consistent. Now yes, like even as a country, yes, we see problems in that is how we have been. Yes, two to us we see problems in if we don't develop, say 7 of the players in the Black Stars, we have seen them in the under 20. They have performed well, the best of it, and yet by Obi influence and war. And you see a free team now, you 3 players and now 4 women, man for doubt you. It doesn't have to happen. I was here who say we Obi a chair and Bob Brewer under 20, and you push your mamba a national team no. And we create free man who say more mashable act no. Black Stars me ball like do baby a who are we here ote and tell who should be no. What me predict say we never bum. Who say player be a brea and a game name ko ya. What to say we never and then who say okra ni pete bench ni bi kura ni mo. Do nim the obebum but a drew pointer who say we efrim say team ya kotoko building omunya nru bia but they have a plan be a wo hwe. Do say and the ball here they save amwako bonenye enye bia obehu say opoku bebam anase we bebam a plan enti utini botches saa no be fearsome aya dia no play bi ba be board ne enam the own deserve unti say George Besha team aye de call qualifies ye best start AFCON ye de call ya Mali ma Qatar ni omoko boy ye Mali for share ye for so share mo na omwom anan bi de bo bi bensin anan bi ye kofa obi free Hapwal Ranana ewo Israel na league ne kra omo bi ho ye first players best 7 bia ultimately say they don't deserve but could be free MK Zelina all of them but this were the time now it wasn't here build from friendly matches to AFCON qualifiers no now the omo call work up by your free players na at the time bia obi person onya bibi ni nipa bi wo ma na me ya mentiase that is the problem. So you can build a team no from under 20, under 17, under 20. And who say we know goalkeeper Banahine, we know John Pencil, we know Michael Essien, we know John Mensah, we know Adukwe Papo. Yeah, back 4, back 5, you know, everybody there we know. We know Derek Boateng so Nejina Medo, you know Razak Ibrahim Nejina, you know so when the Boha na ye per striker. You say oh league in way ya they are could be a net nabishim ni a both friendly matches. Yeah, boy ni a from you qualifies and number. You more 2 years. National team averagely over 5 games a year. Averagely 5. If you more 2 years, 10 games, you know, plus friendly matches will be a 5, you know. 15 games should be enough for the players to know themselves. And you say a fair call up to be a nipa 5 will be a bar. Or minimo be a team Rumuda, or Moncasada, or name the be and weakness or name the strength. So beyond their coach, the players should know their weaknesses from the youth level. So we do 90th minute ultra pass man I want to nko nye coach na also oka e wose yen aye nim ye ho cohesively we understand ye ho before even the coach the Ghana anto ye bo am build such a team na my influences call up we actually me afre no je na no boy ye wo Roma yi afena politically ne I mean public sentiment nti na ya afre no obobo wo wanchi in March Roma for born be bo bi ntino ye frɛ na ba ye nim ba bi mpo a wo so obɛhye ye team no mu no he fa na hye hold da enye nti a oba ba bi obo na be boa no ba ye wo se ye frɛ no nso ya mfrɛ na under 17 wo bo inter schools saa for 4 years ya mfrɛ na under 17 da ya mfrɛ na under 20 da ama na understand the Ghanaian culture of football ya ma ya mo ni tutuo wo stadium ama na nwura ni mu who said the ebo national team. But Roma for friend or more 70 minutes of competitive football. Yeah, friend. How do you build a team like this and want to win consistently, Obi?
Sadiq, it's a big question. You bet one common so, but I'm grateful for your time. Why?
That's
a part.
Yes.
I mean, sure. Yes.
Okay, my final point, this Afena issue was interesting because question is say, Ubeka say, oh, my friend player of last star. And you'll be never catch me say, and I say, we'll be catching me say, we never bad away, ma. But my question is that where was the monitoring of Afena Chan? Where was the monitoring? Because I can't monitor, I can't I can friend on national team straight. Maybe our best friend over under 20. And over say there's no monitoring. You see, so we need a plan.
A plan.
Without a plan, it's difficult. I am a oh, we qualify for World Cup. You good. We qualify for World Cup. You good. But you have to understand that even when there is no World Cup, you must have a system that is monitoring players, that is raising players, and ultimately developing a team. That's important. Because look at it. November day. How many windows do we have for international break? It's almost over, and the AFCON is in January 9. So let the World Cup issues go. Are you ready for the AFCON? You see, Brazil winning Africa Cup of Nations. Wow. This is Ethiopia. And if I mention the top 10 countries in Africa at the moment,
Ethiopia.
No, please. And the last Africa Cup of Nations told us where we were. We're knocked out in the round of 16. You are not good enough for the last 8. Ethiopia so winning AFCON now. You must do more than having Jose Mourinho or having Pep Guardiola. System ninya, and it would, in the end, expose you. So we have work to do. Sammy?
Very much so.
It was open so Krumaish. Obi, baby, I'm not canning the top of Boom. The top of Boom is here.
Empire near was South Africa and Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe for the Adam. Now, a quiet draw the another South Africa. I had Ghana.
I did. Na sami woni na tami woni na result we dem come sami na go buy down
na me free say receipt di enga o mampenye kufu ado betwa because Obi, this is a very, very serious issue.
It's a very serious issue. So we're national team.
Because Ghana your board yeah
it's true.
It is the only issue it drew where Papa mu ewo yemu bia na ye tonje ya ka ye ho abom se nipa ba ko.
That's true.
No NDC, no MPP, no CPP. So ho enti ekoba se omani mu aye den ya ho kira ye kom ni su aye su abenedie bebrebe. Na World Cup kakra so aye beko akwa bom ya hwe bi wo TV so age ye ni. Eja Black Stars she ball ba ko World Cup akrumbe ye dama boys for krumwa. Etinya age ye ni kakra so a. Eno so ba be boy dia na ne Asem kese na eba because I was the president Kufuado Tia said this one there Ghana for yen fanchen.
He cannot disappoint.
No because see opposition no. Mamenka de binjiro on the 7th of July 2014. On the Twitter handle Asem woka yeni. Was say no water, no electricity, no petrol, no money, no jobs, no mercy, no World Cup victory. Hashtag Ghana. Omampenya Kufuado, then in opposition 7 July 2014. Na just onumpo die. Nanya World Cup qualifiers no dream who. No person Ghana J World Cup angasa. Obetna so ye papa ko for 2006 on the Ghana call World Cup kanemebwa.
Yes.
The next World Cup are net twaso Omampenya Tamils Bresu 2010. And also Ghana ye qualify ko Atamils ye ko ye mayeji ye ni kama. 2014 na President Mahama na net Omampenya kunwa no so say ye qualify. So 3 World Cups in a row. President Kufuor, President Mills of blessed memory, and President Mahama made sure say yebeko. And umpono so ma anya de because ma anya World Cup no. Na na can promise as them na make. Na just a wo betna so 2018 the next World Cup after President Mahama kon yentimi anko. 2022 Qatar isu ebeboye yin. Ebeboye yin.
Empire.
Enti metie de mo kan nyina ne tofa bom ne say achia bate muye.
Yeah.
We the achia pa.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm say me person dey didie ba wo bu ma ba mu.
No, achia pa because
I want to believe say ebeye. And when we about na wo ahoma so na mo ne kasa no kan say eba African footballer. Is a whole project.
Yeah, a project.
A buyer would offer see one now. So you just don't sit there and expect 11 players on the field to qualify a nation to a World Cup. So Mampenya Kufuado, the private jets here or renting or befe biya kwa share players and then your mwakasa. The omodema se wa Bruni. Se kwa obefa so the only na buying be biara.
Asempa
Players no. Any coach no the technical team ni FA no betumi anya de woso munye bia to qualify no e was away. And yes sir, I am telling you where the Ghana von Van Jeno. Ghana for venture. Won't me fail? Oh, first paper 2018 fail here. And no president has done that after President Kufuor. Who fail here the chair? Reset no so be failing. And you now resign preko. What you say? And then you resign preko. So media, I know the MPP for Mutie Mukra me be adwin say we must qualify at all cost. Say 2 times in a row, Ghana football nation like us. Ye when ni munyam we bibrem ni wiase nyina eba ball mu abe di peli country. Na ya anko World Cup bi. Aba. And then Ethiopia for na ye bo draw no. Maza openyi bo ne di odi o man so o man ne brew. Enti we dia yesre wo mo. Enye party sem ne ye ka. De wasa ban ne ye biara ne ye de qualify bia ban ne nye. Se ne be ya enigye kakra be ye den. Ebe ba krum. But se ahokyire nyina achi ye to petromu ye to we adwuma sam wa ye de nipa bre nyina achi na World Cup so reset so fail. Hey, any ka sam aba.
To we call mass. They have go letting mass now. And they have it.
We serious. It's serious.
Okay.
But say and then South Africa for no board drawer. And you say
on board draw we have a chance. We have to win.
Have
to win. On board draw.
Oh, there be last match and they said you can be show.
Last I think they know
last match and they be show.
So almost they are aware that last match and they will lose. So they want to do it today.
And then come more draw. Zimbabwe they mention also beat me South Africa. But at least they can draw bar.
Draw the credit because said yeah can say off the pitch near mano. Oh.
We should set it. South Africa. South Africa will home. Whoa, we say set in South Africa will home. CAF presidents near South African. Zimbabwe for South Africa for no. They have this rivalry, but they can also come together in the name of Kosafa as they did for him to win the CAF presidents.
Now, besides country, no, there was a protest.
You see, of course, say protest they obey, but it depends on how strong your protest is.
As I was
say me.
Na mama money papa yake nyina monte masa asem na da wono Dr. Gobo enya asem ke 12
interfere in footballer is against
no
this one is not interfering. No. Interfering. Now we know sitting down with your team to come up with a strategy. It's a media mama. No say call mass no. Don't go.
The man is telling you say
the interference
look interference.
He's talking about now we are talking about
interference there. It is when the government wants to forcibly give the FA a directive, say, you wait. I know to be piano.
I know the FIFA MP.
But there is I don't know but there's an agreement. Even FIFA an agreement. But even FIFA recognizes that there has to be a certain collaboration with government and the FA because national team near government there. Yeah. It is in actual fact not for the FA.
And
the FA is only
project.
Yes, project. And
the FA World Cup 2006. And I president Mama Fiti and World Cup 2014. And I president Mel Fiti and World Cup 2014. You know the things we did. You know the things we did.
In ending. I am sure that definitely there will be calls to the FA. What do you need? What do we have to do? What we have to do?
But on this note, I know. Dr. Koboy. Hey, let me tell you this. I have never seen Ghana World Cup qualifiers here, boy. On Mampenyi na Bemu Penyu for a lackadaisical. Oh no, I don't care about it like this.
But Musami didn't say no.
Have you ever seen the president even meeting the footballers?
But before
have you seen the president meeting them?
This is my last point before I
Minister no can friend say. Minister no.
Oh, change. Mustafa Yusuf. Oh, Sami change. But before I go, Mami Kai Sami said before I go, no, we hadn't qualified for the World Cup until 2006.
Yeah. Yes.
And they were
President
presidents.
Kufuor, yes.
And, they were
And
presidents.
since then,
I don't
we've
think
been consistent.
But I don't think that it was because Papa J may he's so rest in perfect peace. It's not that they didn't want to obey.
No,
Sometimes
there were long-standing fundamental issues.
Yes, sometimes
Yes.
there could be there are issues that are beyond the
No,
president.
but the point is that
to just
once
make that
we
point
qualified,
too. Yes.
okay.
Once you qualify, the
Once
president
we
takes all the
qualified,
glory.
we have
Yeah.
been consistent. 2006, 2010, 2014, and candidate Akufo-Addo Mpoka says, "Say no qualifier no enyefe. Yenje World Cup na
Yeah,
ngasa.
but-
What you say? Now what about 2008 qualifier no? 2022 qualifier no. Papai who say or ka Black Stars po ho asem. As a team in
Oka Black Stars.
Now be ultimate rented private jet say okowe Tottenham Hotspur Champions League match.
I fundraising for Black Stars
$25
$25 million.
million.
Why? The president.
president.
$25 million for Black
Minia.
Stars.
The qualifier omo boy.
Oh, Wakebi.
They wako stadium
I
brother.
think the president.
No, that
Wako
is
stadium.
He doesn't need to
Stadium,
go
they
there,
know.
but he has people represent him there. So
No, me
You want him to be there live.
Yes, where you kobo your juma na wo yes. Yes, sir. President Paye Bobby 2018 you know we couldn't go.
Sami pese MPPO, NDCO, CPPO. Yen nya yemom pai for anadwi. Ye wi a ye beto ne aka no.
You better the
Niggas that ye can no cry no. And said ni ensem I just said
no,
go
no,
na.
it's a
Yeah,
I just don't have draw.
Yemom pai.
Hey,
And that's
I
it, on the same part.
be so December bagana.
Ekosiisen so ni George Meda say Ekosiisen high Asempa FM nti Dr. Bernardo Kobo atena say lawyer Sami Jemfi atena say we say it is Sami we PA to the sports minister.
Okay.
Or say tell Sami if it's about going to the World Cup to fly $3 million in a private jet for players to kiss, then we don't want to.
Hey.
He shouldn't forget the Black Stars never recovered from the abysmal performance under the so-called Saint Mahama. It was after 2014.
The message
Yeah, recover.
nkotwi ma no. We personal assistant to Minister for Sports.
Yes.
And I say you better World Cup akwa di sika de nka yemko.
So you better corner. You was say the 3 million good private jet my players. And coffee few man the end.
These are the people in government managing Ghana's football.
Are they?
This is the way he's talking. So he's even contemplating say World Cup ne bi kra yanko kra nyahwe. You see the way they think, the way they talk. Ye ka si masa asem na ye ka no e ye Ghana fo ye maame mo ye papa mo ye nuanom akoma asem ne ye ka no. This is football. What you say? The football I am on my way. We cannot quantify it in monetary terms. On my way, qualifying your World Cup. And you Nigerian nko even economic activity at the Ghana. Do you know how that alone will project Ghana having our players wearing our colors on television at the whole world every hour? Obviously, I have grown here. Our Baba send this cheeky cocky text messages when we are talking about serious things. Only our boss, you are supposed to deliver results. You are not delivering results. They say yakwa kojina ekwano baby yejina ehu obia say yemom pa yese and South Africa and Zimbabwe match because ye beka bibia beto Ghana for akoma so a wo kase twitwe na wa beka. What is he talking about?
Or responded to one time I work.
Na the response in say papa ben the woman say if we don't qualify say yebeko World Cup ni akwa football street massa say yebema football
if he decides to do politics with this, it will remind him of their bad leadership.
Mameka bibi nche no. Sika omo bet na kunwa so omo di enye bi ni $3 million. ABAJ nkwa Public Procurement Authority. Charge for ko hwe na account mu. Papa na no tonton about contracts ba ne ho no. Sika say na dem. Over 40 million Ghana cedis, 400 billion old Ghana cedis. Nipa ba ko sika we no no. Now according to Shrach, he could not explain the source of that money. Ye bisa ne sika no onyan free for wenti anchire. And this is a manner ya chin on tape on one kasa ye confess say no ton aban contracts illegally. Now who nipa ba ko kwabra ne wa no wampa mo wie sika we say Black Star for moon deserve $3 million. See abema mo $10 million o ma qualified yakọ World Cup, we should give it to them. Ya bobo man penny or the private jet adane trotro na ma bedan kunchira ne dia kwesi o.
Please don't do that. You are on
What are you talking about? I am on radio, that is what I'm saying.
Especially when you're talking about the president of the republic.
And so what?
Oh, please.
If we are talking about the president, we should not say the truth.
And yeah, about the truth. What is the
there
truth?
not evidence said yes state assets the Dassault Falcon 900EX oba your friend say wa bronia ba bonchen say okoda o mampenya Akufo-Addo nchen kuchire okumase eno ne yede besi ni nkran
wanka so okoda o mampenya Akufo-Addo nchen
o so okoda he Also, Mampeni invited there to Kumasi or Kodan in Chen or two for fear. What can't answer Nina? What is Obiaba dispute to? And your presidential jet near the cosine in the bay.
Sammy,
He can
that is the football in South Africa to motivate the players. That is the Sammy. That is the woman's word.
No, we are dispute.
It will be dispute with the other end of cray. Is that your understanding?
Mamma Babeka. Ab the one dance here in Abba. I'm a more now videos. Videos are on your man Penya Kufuado Nenam.
Okay. Sammy, we are now getting the discussion was on Black Stars.
So when it comes to the president, we must be bold to tell him the truth.
I'm not saying what we are saying the truth. The language should be decorous.
But the language is decorous.
That's what I'm saying.
I am saying, sir, the same seriousness with which you use presidential jet and the say one Bruni seminar.
Okay, it seems that that's the same place. My mama, Dr. Koboya Kwabana Femin Comrade. Akwabana Pom to say,
Obi, inti minam lejokuku na mishagel bino si nimpna pa AGM. Na mpena omutwe no ebi edukra no omuko holidays together na papa no oyebema pa na odenu nkwara bo mu abruchi eno na mabase sena o taking in plan serious no on fa opposition was ukasa is it proper Obi you see no
let him talk
videos and pictures
let him talk
including CCTV
Sammy let him talk me pacho
Obi
doc yes
me pacho the politics are here no yen try to draw some lines kakra sebi Obi sebi say Obi can side of the story about opinion bia because it takes a lot of effort to build a reputation nyaboter krom ha minim opinion bia obe patcho say omo share na mo kan say President Kufuor no wonta nta with some woman Obi politics inti o ye can say penyi bi ye hwehwe nkwara ne saa ye sin nkwara no abrochire Obi say na ne nyina ye di power ba nipa no e hwehwe power ba on hwehwe papa na all damage no so me pacho Obi you can win political power without necessarily trying to make meat out of
Sammy, no, you don't have the floor. Let him finish.
This is something
you've had your time to talk. Hold on. No. Don't worry. Sammy, let him finish. Let him finish. Doc, you have the floor.
So, Anna, with all due respect to Sammy, when you go that tangent to say, Assembly say, deny, say, immediately you come say, I came to deny to show it's not true. You've opened the floodgates. Say, I'm kind of Lejokuku mba 10. Bet me say president omudi ni agro. Oko do Kumasi 5 Becca say no omudi ni twin plan. Odu enough. So like I'm saying, why are we in politics? To better a lot of our people. These are already foundation. Say bisa o ye lawyer. The bisa say street people can CCTV camera any nyama. Wa nyama o kan. Oh please. Now, let's
have a decent conversation. One after the other.
Michia Kabila.
James Kwabena Bonface.
It's because of the America. Say cows are trapped
by their horns, but men by their words.
By their words. We are public officers. In a day, in Bar Sebi, omitimi trap pictures. Allo, I'm seen in the CCTV. Our medium on doors. I just came from Ibis Hotel.
Ibis Styles.
Yes. In Bar Doctor, let's take a picture. Manager won't let me try CCTV. If you see me in a picture with a lady, it doesn't mean me the new trap trimper. You made a point. Send an near brio. Send a Hondini and the brody trimper. Oh, but how did you? What did you say here? No. But see, Sana Odi, I want the serious na Odi Sawabroni dealing no. Emphasize blast. Now, see Odi dealing no. Their evidence won't say picture mu. And I make us say me. And I'm saying this. I use the horns, the cattle, and the horn because you're a public officer. People can do a lot of things. Obabi was sell say family trap picture back on. Or chile be obeti me kase sami jemfi ni mba okita nyina. Wo na we ya wo baba.
Obi. Okay, Oko conference be US.
No, but on the
Okay,
motion, why are we even
No,
having
me okay, Bill Clinton.
Yes.
Okay, issues is here about. We see when we are talking about public officers, especially presidents, their moral life, and especially what they do with state power is important. In another countries like Ghana, Ghana, United States of America, was step down. Impeachment proceedings. And investigations.
But Bill Clinton did not step down.
But impeachment proceedings. He was impeached. He was taken to impeachment proceedings.
Process.
Sir, Ghana, man penny or symbol, nimonyam.
Yes.
Ghana need Baba Bontia with dates, with evidence. What boni pedin, CCTV videos to confirm. Or take presidential jets, presidential jets. I see a man penny and trim. And go near Antibekim Bonfro. There be honest, what brony, Timwa, and who pictures, new videos. You are telling me that no,
this is not up for discussion. Let me use my no. Hold on. He's had his opportunity to talk. You had the first opportunity to talk. Why the Obeka area? Sammy, this is not up for discussion. I am in charge, me patro. My uncle tell me Ekosiisen On Asempa FM. Yeah, but see
what are you like in America?
Jack, 1xBet app now, Bama Android ne iPhone users. Now not betting na your coco crown. Who should games I won't bet? Who to be both virtuals? Sounds so betty. Who to mean 10 so 1xBet now betting na your dead don't to me gonna go download the 1xBet app on my website so 1xBet.com.g. If you so Wi-Fi na we be our account no. Kinda use the promo code Radio GH. 1xBet. That's be our hobby. Gambling one true to try to wash a year. Man, why wouldn't be if you do what? Gaming Commissioner Jim Kato way out.
I just got myself a new TV. Wanna watch football or new series. HD plastic code are there for me. I see I'm clear, crystal clear. Quality pictures you can't compare. Feely, how you dey see I'm feely, how you dey see I'm feely.
Only HD Plus here. 2 minute crowd. Who to me search for so reverse. Esa recording show I will need Jehopa. Say so download my HD Plus on mobile devices so. Now we'll link to my HD Plus decoder no. Busumi bia. We need free data. Now they are shit TV or baby bia. Commodity TV dealer bia and chain. And I electoral and crabata bia. Munako to HD Plus decoder. 99 CDs, 99 pesos a pair. Nenya with TV no so to me yenya upe bia. HD Plus, enjoy no feely.
Hey honey, matter dime for na you tonaton.com no.
Hey, kweku, na me ka say any sika o. Na wonya sika yi free hen.
Tonaton adaromenti. Bitimi ton ye car back no. Intentem kra mambre ho. And it's kana mnyan no, me bi source. E go to dine we.
Tonaton. Hey, sir. Wow. Na phone na wo share me boss e wo beto ne.
Hey, kia. And you say sia na beto dine we. And I will busa me phone yi so. Me nim wo ye nti. Me san to phone yi so kra ma o. E wo Tonaton.
Hey baby, wo do yi super. And no kweku frempon. Call
Tonaton.com and now download the Tonaton app no. Na Tonaton be behind 10
Asempa FM,
largest and safest marketplace.
Sweet darling,
my beautiful baby.
Hepa Plus mixture ya ebusunya num ebutin immune system a abusumi pinyi obia enya ready. Tia se medo.
Tie Hepa Plus mixture enya adwuma ebeye no nipadua ni mo no afa kura na ebeye nwanwa mo. Aduro ye ma ye general well-being. Ebusunya pom din hu hia me yie. Esene bibia. Ebusunya wota num Hepa Plus mixture no. Won sesika hospitals. Wo save e dia de foforo. Entime ma no mpafie ha.
She wo ye Hepa Plus husband.
Radio Hepa Plus husband. Enya won so be ye Hepa Plus wife. Na bono. Hepa Plus mixture. Apen for about mo manufo ne nkwada wo ni du nka ho e pharmacies chemical and herbal shops atufo mfra 0542 778 572 and 0549 297 463 Hyper Plus Mixer Emma Pomodina Mapa
FD Ashosha sa ejedi nkrato yi mu agya to mi se eye.
Get digi with it. 924#. Get digi with it. 924#. On your mark, ready, set, let's go. CV, G Mobile, USSD, Young Co. Star 924#. Funko the go. Smartphone no, young phone no. Ever fire money transfer. For 3 water bill, for 3 light bill. Photo credit. Star 924#. You deserve it. Let's go. Get digi with it. 924#. Get digi with it. 924#.
CBG is empowering you to get digi with CBG Mobile. Simply dial star 924# and get digi with it.
CBG, we stand with you.
Ago!
Why no?
Why me o akosua nie?
Hey, akosua bram.
Hey Joe, na den na wo dan ho nyina yesum kabisi. Na dan mahwe TV ne susu yi na fridge susu na eya adwumadi na ekoso.
Yeah, wano pasem.
Wo ya illegal connections wa ho. ECG wo mo task force security agencies eka ho. Ya wo mo eboa se na ebe ya ne ye boni sei ye betumi etu a. Bra etia sa na ye boni nyina e wo ho no mo ase ye nsa so mu a ye do ba kogina court ne atweaso.
Hey, samom na tie.
Illegal connections emwa ECG mo nsanka eto a wo so mo nsaka. Illegal connections emwa emyenya enyinama hoodin trodo. Illegal connections ebetimi emeja atoto afiefie me ne nnwuma awodo mu ene betimi nso ama light ibi akikin crofo de bia.
Me show boss efiti na akui meja me ne ye bone a me ye hu se wo so obi enam kwan bone so de enyinam kanea edi dwuma frɛ 0551 444 011 na eka biara de bobosa nipa ko no ahamu nchichemu ensia ebeye wo dia moma ye nyina nya oman bapa na yensi illegal connections ano.
Asurisam kakra.
Let's get to Ghana. Hey! Grind jollof.
Drama dear. Baby.
I have a lot of uncles. My father has a lot of brothers, and my father's brothers have cousins.
I am Shishian Suwo.
Your uncle is not supposed to be touching you like that.
Anio, Ghana Jollof, your brand new series here, Showmax Diaba. Asurisam Nkwa. Basket Mouth, ni Jocelyn Duma Womu. Showmax at the Bramo She Ghana Jollof for Showmax Wiki Beer. Signing up for Showmax.com and me.
Enyo. Ah, honey. It's office sa unkuwa na unim Aquataps Food Safe ana. Salad ni nuyaba udini de piano. Aquatap Food Safe. Ana medoro ho. Asana wedio.
Omo sanso Aquataps water purification tablets. Em omwa omo de ebulu munsuo, efom nsuo, suru nsuo, ene nsuo a ehonte e de ye wonda ade adwum a emfa ohaw bia embre. Osan kwada yi su mapo mu din su eno nti na mato Aquataps surface disinfectant. Ah yetime de paper surfaces bia ema ehonte. No nti hotels, restaurants, hospitals, sachet water manufacturers. Ene fiefie mu Aquataps abama mo say ebejen etu phone free health top up services limited. Ewo 050-169-4275 Kumasi and 020-907-7726 Accra and 024-459-3381 Koforidia. Ubenya Aquataps wo pharmacies, drugstores and supermarkets.
FDA aji ejwadi nkratu atum.
Syndicated Capital introduces the Silent Night range of luxury mattresses and pillows. And for the first time, the Silent Night pregnancy and nursing pillows, crafted to provide exceptional relief for your legs, belly, and back during pregnancy, as well as amazing back support feeding your baby. No more sleepless nights and no more hustle with breastfeeding. Check out the Super Pillow Top Orthopedic Mattress, made with 12 inches of memory foam cushioning, providing unparalleled comfort and guaranteed to last for 20 years. No mattress comes close in comfort and support. Also available are high-quality bed sheets, reversible quills, a large collection of orthopedic pillows and luxurious towels at unbelievable prices. Silent Night products are available at all Melcom shops, game stores, and Silent Night showrooms at Tema, Asylum Down, Adenta, Spintex Road, and Kumasi behind Menchia Palace, or call 0302 242532 or 050-131-5776. Silent Night. Sleep like never before.
That was so ne macho medi miura. na udisa. Hey, na malaria na fahia mutu awaria momoni agisa no.
Adom malakio mixture ewo hoi. Malaria ent na yeso nche.
Ye kwa ye test e biwo mu pe ene num adom malakio mixture. Eni gina malaria, body weakness, your tiredness, your shim, ye nyina ho atoye ntam kura. Na adom natural tonic. Esisi he nso ye.
Adom natural tonic nso. Ye num to ya, ye ntimi nidie. Eno na ya num bi edidi a, ye ho tan ye sa no.
Adom natural tonic. Menya anemia na mentimi nidie. Menum bie, bono, me taisa. Mo hwa ye fe pa ene ya mepe biato ni nyina apemfo abatan ya wo mo manufo no kwada woni fie dunsi anka ho e wo pharmacies chemical no herbal shops dodo a ko dependable herbal home Medina New Road Greenhouse anane branch wa ka so opposite there to international school 024 2223 555
FDA ahwehwe sa ejedi enkrato emu age atum se eye.
Hey, you're the up and coming landlord. Who died yes where you?
Kwame, and me yo. Aka roofing and a ceiling. Na me contract anon so say. Me feni na enko dan rocksters. Won so wo kromo pa. Wo dwen ho sen.
Wo contract an won nim ne ekọ. Ghana ha de eba no quality metal trusses, roofing sheets, plasterboard and POP ceiling dia. Eye rocksters. Enfie bebre ni na rocksters. Ade roofing sheet papa ne ho aka de. Asum Ghana for.
Enka yesi ya no mu die nso ebo.
Eni adufudi achi na nkotọ de bone ne nsunda achi. Fre 0544 338041. Say your metal trusses, roofing sheet, plasterboard and POP ceiling dia. Fre rocksters na won twa wontum.
Wow. Aha Dania brochure.
Global lighting for lights. Any home accessories for panel board from Sunu. We're providing lighting solutions for Ghana more than 20 years. We're going to pay the environment at a sign for fair. Europe Niema, the highest standard in terms of quality. Ceiling lights, outdoor lights, chandeliers, wall lights, compound lights, LED panels, spotlights, braces and surface, switch and sockets, wiring cables, and the kekahua, electricians, and the contractors every year one projects no will free global light.
When are your friend ultra modern?
Papa B, street lights ni post now. Water one Niema was sunny amount technical advice and after sales service. Spentex 027 900 3066.
Asempa FM.
Osu Ari. Command phone for 0302 769 382. One in my coffee house in the Division and the Kumasi 0278 744 886. One in Palace Mall and the Division Santa's runabout.
Global lighting.
And Kania Pahifi.
Afiwe, Black Friday Abantemo Franco Trading Enterprise. Every 22nd November, Kosi 29th November 2021. Enjoy amazing discounts in all Franco Trading shops nationwide. What is Homa why? Call Franco Trading Enterprise Shop Biania. Twadie Nenya Santisoibi. Fre 0246 422 338 and 0555 939311 and log on to francotrading.com. Sheshe Franco Trading Enterprise Wadabraka opposite the Roxy Cinema, Osu, Oben Ecobank no, Accra, or you're opposite the Minaba Building, Hacho, or Accra Station, La Paz, or opposite the Tema Station, Tema, or Community One Waterworks, Circle, or opposite the Other Rise, War Medina, or you're about 100 meters from the police station, Wakaswa, or Nekaswa Polyclinic no, the Dinshe anymore.
Tyler Jumayefo biara awon ne say openya ni tile cement humfaso. The same thing na Tylers any adansi for ekanfo Weberco tile cement abrebia. When him say Weberco tile cement ekita global standard na ejumeko Weber Ghana na eye wo oman yi. When him say Weberco tile cement ya stronko. Chemicals ni awon nu ewo munti. Ya won hia ni isu a wo de beka afra. Won hia cement fufuru bia bio. When him say Weberco tile cement achiye eche na emu so twitan. Enti eba no edan mu. Edan ho ana abonten so tile ndia. Weberco tile cement edanso na ne bo so nya den kra. Ye total no ye ni ato ne prekopedia. Na ye Weberco tile cement. Yo baby ah. Ti ceramica, Interstyle ceramics, Esojaman, Skyview, Marti, Atala, Tago, Kofoidia, Cantamanto, Freyeng 055 648 6342.
Weber, we care. Hey, it's me pan and me kita mi amike. Ecobank me damase.
Shy, cow the new.
Oh say Ecobank.
Asempa FM.
Monso bet me cruise one kasa ukem. Esani Ecobank auto finance package inti. Koyen cardless ahudu PI no one ye juma baby ah. Ye ka da wakoma so. Say new car, say ye second hand. Why ye mouse special discount. Ecobank side and she share pabe boa wetia ka no kenyina. Ye mount interest rate and from kra ebe brim wani so oh so when your accounts we Ecobank money how kra sa kwenye ye da homo bia enti enso sa ka no ho da keke abebu awie Preto free 0800 003 225 anasa ko Ecobank nkra bata bebia na busa Ecobank Auto Finance Package ehye kakra wo ho Ecobank the Pan-African Bank.
Agu Golden Plantain Festival na Sadu Subiemu. We ye second edition covered by Nana Apia Kusapon. Agu Mahine. Nana Sewa Kusibuadum Eye Agu Mahima. Asanti Atim Atifi Mensi. And the planning committee say, I feel where the end there. I'm Paye Beach. Eye Asanti Atima Agu Bodio. Yeah. Nakayunu said Agu Plantain Festival in Shasia 11th November 2021. Said no, ya the ball against son kukula nebra wo agugu Collins Park adechia eye fia da 12 November yenya ye tiesi montane so krakrum esasia no pa nonum ne fa edikosi nonko na numre no eye Miss Golden Plantain 2021 na adechia eye 13th November no eni jumadie ne pompons na nanom bebo dwadata ewo agugu en lorry station jumadie ya to yensa fra etitire eni enintini pi eye Asante Achima agubo yeah.
Agugu Golden Plantain Festival on number 1 account brands Adum TV, Adum FM, and adumonline.com. Yet touch you ding.
Charlie, if I get some 500 Ghana, maybe. See this guy, some profit and loss accounting balance, Anna. I want to see if I have enough cash for my dream TCL TV.
See, what if I tell you TCL is giving you an early Christmas present with an unbelievable discount of 30%?
My friend, stop the joke.
It is true, Kwesi. From 1st November to 31st December 2021, TCL gives you 30% on all TVs, air conditioners, washing machines, soundbars, routers, modems, and phones.
Meaning I can afford to buy my dream TCL TV this early. Bring your Visit any TCL showroom for this offer. Note, store.tclghana.com is the only online sales outlet for TCL. Can also call us on 0596 913 298 TCL.
That was so macho, Madi, Mira. Diana Udisa. Hey, na malaria na fahia mutu awaria momonia jisano.
Adum malakio mesha ewohwe malaria ent na yesoncho.
Ye kwaya test eduo mu pe enye num adum malakio mixture. Eni gina malaria body weakness yo tiredness yo hwim ye nyina ho atoye ntam kura. Na adum natural tonic a esisi he nso ye.
Adum natural tonic nso. Ye num to ye a ye ntimi nidie. Eno na yanum bi edidi a ye ho tayen sa no.
Adum natural tonic. Menya ni na mentimi die menum bie bono me taisa mo ho ayefe pa ene ya mepe biato ni nyina apemfo abatan ya wo mo manufo ne kwada wo ni fie dunsi anka ho e wo pharmacies chemical ne herbal shops dodo a ko dependable herbal home Medina New Road Greenhouse anane branch e waka so opposite there to international school 024 2223 555
FDA ahwehwe sa ejedi enkrato emu agye atum se eye
Asempa, Upa Asempa Tia, Utuni Radio Mupa, Odem 94.7, Asempa FM, oh yeah, do papa, Asempa FM, everywhere you are, Asempa FM, everywhere you go, Asempa, hey, all talk all day.
94.7 Asempa FM Suni all talk all day. Ekosiisen On Asempa no asuguswa utie no ma yenda munyina ase ne yensan mama kwa babio Dr. Bernardo Koboy wa ha lawyer Sami Jemfi e wa ha ye din komo en said the American akan enra ye the live coverage of Omampenyi Dada ne thank Ghana statement no ebrem intianra or yes our public address near fan live edemamo ene ewie so the NPP, which is the ruling party, are responded through their communications director. He's responded to a lot of the issues Enra Omampenyi Dada erezi ewo ni speech. I mean tiene ye transene discuss the two statements, what the former president did yesterday and what the NPP has done today. You know, I drink chair who are bit me their brain na ya kind amount. Abuafo aye boy me de yan discussion segment ya bremono TCL, Weber Call, Mark Auto and Spare Parts Ghana Limited, Franco Trading Enterprise, Phone Papa Pafi, Castrol, Dependable Herbal, and a Global Lighting Center Limited. Omunyina eboy. Unim say and ZPay, Ghana's fastest growing payment platform. And it's now storming Accra with Acrobeto. And they catch the ZPay float this week. Catch the ZPay float this week. Thursday, Wachimota, Newtown, Tessano. Friday, in Jamestown Lighthouse, Garmancha Palace. Saturday, Bukum, Taifa, and Amasaman. And get aboard the train, sign up with a minimum of 5 Ghana cedis or more, and win ZPay aprons, pens, and other exciting souvenirs. With ZPay, you can send and receive money, pay your ECG, water, Zoom Lion, and Netflix bills. You can also pay Amazon gift cards, PlayStation tokens, and top up airtime across all mobile networks. Don't miss the team in Osai Chrome for a second time. If you are not of part of the ZPay family, then shine your eye. No long things. Just dial star 270 hash, star 270 hash on your phone on any network to register for ZPay mobile money. It is Shannon Somai ZPay Ebekrum, the modern phone Hushim. Dial star 270 hash. A easy way. Phone so wait metria ECG bills, water bills, Zoom Lion bills, Netflix bills, obeto Amazon gift card, PlayStation tokens, obeto pay up airtime or mobile phone, so on all networks. And it's unbelievable what technology can do, and ZPay is leading that charge. Star 270 hash, star 270 hash, and then you are good to go. Na BBA Timi Akoye Enti Enra no mampanyin dada ekasa enti same mame mfa won hyase Enra o mampanyin thank you to eba wiye and oye thank Ghana speech e wo Kempiski Hotel. Basically what was the rationale and in seme no mampanyin e tuja
obi medas dedi kan mame mfa enchia kese ema Ghana fo a 80 wo fidi kese so e wo achichi ne benche ye nyina Enra Omampenyi Mahama ede ne thank you tour ya to 2020 abatu no ewie one NDC party mpenyifo ehhehye na wabontoa akọ all the 16 regions of Ghana say odi aseda ekwa akoma Ghana for during the elections omoto abama no Enra no de say dwumedie ni nyina eba na wie enti then Rakwa the last day for the thank you tour no Nehuako here said ye climax the program with Jumedia and no ebeye aseda ama Ghana for enyina biem nti enura sa ohwe ya Yura the nation builder the visionary John Dramani Mahama with the kind aseda ma the over 6.2 million Ghanaians according to Electoral Commission for officially declared results in the 2020 elections. We osanso dia seda PSA ma the millions of voters almost to abama ni opponent Omampenyi Kufuado and the other parties. Na sadia ne ya dia eye mani sopa say a candidate who has participated in elections ebeye dwumedi sronkosa not just to thank those who voted for him, but then poor more man to aba manumpuno. Be fa ho brase kwan so the other one as say omo jebre e de kosa lie e de to aba ni bi keke no nkwenti no omo aboa magana ye kaba minke bi no agyinhini nti odo mu nyina ase nti eno na ye botaya na nresi ye ni suntu ye yes adwumadie no na obi wo Yewura Mahama nto abom one Ghana for P na dinkita ho one nanano metina konwa na dinkita ho as part of this thank you to one asofo imam for and Ghanaians from all walks of life and dinkita ho wati omusu wati omoyawo wati omama ni hunu ɛno nti na ɛnra ɔde dwumadie ne ba awie na wɔda wɔ n'ase no
Asempa FM
ɔbɛkasa fa ɛhaw a ɔmanfoɔ ɛkɔm na nsusuyi a ɔno so ne ne party wɔ ɛde ma aban yi a ɔte akonnwa soɔ no ɔde ato dwa ya hwɛ sɛ aban ne bɛtie di ayɛ adwuma ama na yɛ yi a because aban ne fa na so pom na ɔde yɛ adwuma na ɔman no ɛdi yi a ebi bɛka yɛ nyinaa. So it was within that context and Yura John Dramani didn't say about social justice and some about a sustainable economy. You see, kasem kwa ye betumi afa so ahyehyɛ ne yie na Ghana for ho atom e de twodwa. Na nsa na meba nsɛm no so ma meni kan ensi ne pi sɛ nsɛm wa Yura Mahama kan ye ne nyina no. Ɛyɛ no krensɛm trudo a Ghana fo a omo ka no kure nyina nim dada. Ɛyɛ nsɛm a danse da ho. Ɛyɛ indisputable facts, incontrovertible facts. I don't think no amount of press conferences, like he himself said, no amount of linguistic acrobatics, or no amount of digital propaganda, no amount of insults and personality attacks by the MPP can change the truthfulness. Yura Mahama eda ne di won nsem ka yemunra Ghana fo nim esan se Ghana fo ne da mu jam eno mu nim se ne sihihye omofa enra me enya me nwanwa MPP fo akoye press conference omo e paint a different picture because enra President Mahama kan oka say the biggest problem pa Ghana ye face ni sisi ne say ye wo se wa broni amamu a even though say oman for ebre Omani mwa den oton wa ye nto firi a ye ntua na ye ho mete adwuma ho asem wa ye dia magana me bua de mabawa no o kan they don't have the willingness to acknowledge say we are in economic crisis but rather no mba be kan nsem ne de ni akeka economic indices bi abrabra so say oh bibia ye kama abra bibia nye kama. Meanwhile these were the same people as 6 years ago. They didn't believe in macroeconomic indices. Okay, inflation above from single digit under President Mahama for 33 months. It been Sigana Bakose Muda as an achievement. Almost when your achievement, the inflation and your di inflation and your coin. Person who inflation ko malata market. Na ko bisa brobo, ko bisa garebo, ko bisa mobo. Na Dr. Bawumia ya malata. Economic analysis, market prices analysis, or no real inflation. They didn't believe in inflation. Okay, say yesika sem jina brand almost you there be yesi no e depreciate. Now person who saw maybe sika sem e jina brand ya when you see the holding. And so because our city was depreciating then, it means the fundamentals of our economy are weak. And they inflation way and better than what it used to be under President Mahama and MPP for us. Neither is our city performing any better than it used to be. But then even as the city depreciates to 6 cities 30 pesos to $1, almost the fundamentals are strong. Even though say your core petrol station petrol yentiminto because petrol ne diesel gallon near 16 Ghana and near tono 32 Ghana cedis no almost nyema yepa kodwo mu bibia bo akosoro boom boom cement from 27 Ghana cedis per bag to 54 Ghana cedis, almost 100% increment. Iron rods the same, in chance the board down so the same. A bro bag from 170 Ghana cedis per bag in 2016 to 450 Ghana cedis. In spite of sad realities, we are Ghana for Nimino. And people for so Nyamaye. And sad the idea have President Mahama. Na enra in some kayimo srabaines are binding yaho brass ye. No mon can ho brasia casa and chre Ghana for. Because idea ya plan to be huchreno. Now we insult on the sensibilities and intelligence ne hotono. Based on fictitious and dubious figures and indices. And then I idea the kind of can was. Na Obi and what President Mahama
Asempa
FM in Primpring a dance ya ne se Ghana yisi kasa mwatiti apansam. But in Nisa Kebanesa, Metchim Dintia, Isika Semno Atetia Pansam, we are broke, our economy is in a mess and is in shambles. I will explain that. But Okanbibia, for me, it was very striking. The Okan, they say, Abai Wayne, the most luckiest government in the history of this country. And me say, and commode on my Ghana, ye kosa when here we because ye kasikapa edisika, o menye bicha benbia. Say about taxes, o menye bicha benbia. President Mahama in 4 years, onya taxes 86 billion cedis. In 4 years, o mampenye kufuado nya 157 billion. 2021 the encounter cedis, almost double the President Mahama nya in taxes. Oil, now President Mahama nya 70,000 barrels per day. Abai we because of Munkwenya 3 oil fields. Na ye President Kofode, President Mahama nya just 1 oil field no, and now omunya almost 200,000 barrels of oil a day. Oil revenue munya John Mahama de times 2. Eba bosia omabo bi chen aban bia. Omonkwa de eka 216 billion aka Ghana ka ho. Omba na Ghana ka 120 billion. Omo de akọ 336 billion. Omonkwa no 216 billion been sida. They've borrowed, President Mahama borrowed 56 billion. They have added 216 billion to our public debt. So almost quadruple of what President Mahama borrowed. Now no man President Mahama sa so chire mu say, "Oh free akonya so 7 January 2017." O de ajapade bebre ni nyama pa bebre. Many opportunities no dija ben. Uja omo Ghana Investment and Infrastructure Fund. For toi, na sika demu a wahwehwe say yemfa nyampuntu nyuma asupitis akwan ne yemfa mo wa my Ghana impuntu ne Ghana for sitting. Uja omo Exim Bank for toi na de yesi nani so ne se yede beboa nyuma ankrankro nyuma wa ha a omo manufacture nyema produce nyema kwa ama no ne kotom nya foreign exchange na aboa ma nyuma ba Ghana. Uja omo Exim Bank, uja omo Ghana Infrastructure Fund. Dum so na ha Ghana economy for 3 years no or solve sa problem no. Or yeah, the biggest factory in Ghana's history, the Tuabo gas processing plant. $1 billion investment. Of course, President Mills started it and he came to complete it. A big creative numa. Na afibia and then ama Ghana ya gas. We don't depend on Nigeria again. And because of that, it saves Ghana $300 million every year. An economy without doom so. Economy now on breso gold, cocoa, commodity prices, oil at Siaba from 2017 omo de omba na prices in the cost. Oil production for the whole greater part of 2016 yentimi into oil because na fidia yedi to oil na say FPS on chroma na say omo de omba na wa ye ni yama omo Asempa FM 3 oil fields mwanya almost 1 million metric tons of cocoa ewusika mwanya Ghana Infrastructure Fund mwanya Exim Bank mwanya sika bebre plus mobile ye de mwanya so. Why are Ghanaians bleeding and suffering now? In spite of all these unprecedented opportunities, Ubi and President Mahama at the Huya or the answer nearby and answer near one thing. Or say, yeah, when you hear near which then I woman is because of one thing and one thing only. A direct product of the mismanagement of the economy by this government. Omampenya Kufuado, Dr. Bawomiani MPP say Wabroni Amamwe, Yesika Samoa, or much. Titia pansa mo ma dia no basa no eno na ma ye wa ho kire mu no na ma me nkire bibi mu na bi omo mu tie mu no ehu se no kretrudo na President Mahama eka hwe abanwe unim say just last week all the international credit financial institutions including Fitch published say Ghana lose access to the international bond market. You can international bond market. You can man say gaswa amama who do timi kokobo bosia. Obi zoti asia. Ghana beto ho film retenting bisin there. Yetimi ko ho kobo bosia nya bosia ni bi be ye kru yi. President Kofo ni di kan de ko ho koje $750 million. Yeso ya breso President Mills and President Mahama koje be $3 billion. Aban we buy no. Omaji almost $8 billion in Eurobonds. Say last week, you lose access. International bond market is almost pay any more because maybe a yeka as on my druno. Omuni GDS or mobile Bosnia, you bet me to ya. nti Ghana yentumi nkosa amansan dwa so nkobo bosia biem baby aduru no ye ba ha beka ne de bia amanfo free say amanyo sema na agudie no. Now it is getting serious. For the first time in our history, we've lost access. I mean, at least under the Fourth Republic, we've lost access to the international bond market. Now, saying finance minister could issue $1 billion green and social bonds. Abrofona anto bosiano ma mayebi. Eno na iuraga bi ocheda ko newspaper Daily Statesman. E dia kwahye Sam Jata George say gay sebio turumu a oye campaign tia opese ye mrade bra no eye nu nti na manfo amoye bosia hwe nim gwase sem we usika sem na atete apansam in fact we got nothing to do with LGBTQ na anye bia bosia no na omokobɔ free gay activists for hwana and as they say ya say yam pene so magigi sem yom beso mo de bagana enye adwumenti no omo so mo bosia bi mu ana. I think say it's because of sika sem no ma say na investors no longer have confidence in our economy. Now the aye huni say and the Ghana yeka what the toto isika ye wo asomanya the friend debt to GDP na. President Mahama yeko based on rebasing ya 56% and they do 81.5%. The children say so far Ghana ye japade ni isika ye wo nyina na wote ye ka free mu a ye ka no nko afa ye sika ni ye japade ye worth 81.5%. The international standard nesa unya tra 70% away do danger zone. Ye twem 70 is ye do 80 column. And according to Fitch, by 2023 ye be do 92% of debt to GDP. Because they don't see indication di actually say enyema be improve. They think things will only worsen. ABM yakana every 120 billion akwa 336 billion enam bosia hunu bebre ba se wa broni abenyi Dr. Bawomi ani omampenye Kufuado obonti no. Obi enne insi hu a yetua no ye ka honko a interest payments 35.8 billion cedis. And sika ye di tua ye ka no because utua wo ka no hunsi hu no na utua bosia no angaza. What do you say? Amortization eso ye 15.2 billion. O kambo mu a 51 billion and ye de service ye ka ye di between si hu di bitua ye ka ye di asoman 51 billion cedis. But Ghana yesika yesi 2020 you can say your taxes are yesi abeje no 2021 yi nyina no 51 billion we 92.7% of it. Now yes the taxes are Ghana for tu nyina na ye 92.7 tua ye ka ho adwuma ye nya bi nya kwan ye nya bi nya school ye nya bi ntua ban adwuma ye foka ye the taxes no 92.7% as service ye debt. Now what the tax revenue say to chain and now what for tax revenue no now the non-tax revenue so can we benya with total revenue yesika 2021 you need that so say ye benya nyina which is even a projection ebia ye nya obi you know that which is 72 billion now just a 72 billion and a Ghana 2021 yet if untie me ye abai we need that so say nsa beka ebia nsa nka but nsa ka 72 billion na or the move 51 billion cedis tua ye ka hunsi hu e de tua ka aka 21 billion abaya juma ye fo ka akatua for 2021 so ye 30.8 billion na just sika na aka no after servicing our debt no entimi ntua abaya juma ye fo ka age se ye bobosia ansa na yetimi tua abaya juma ye fo ka. And this is a fact. For the first quarter of 2021, government borrowed 3 billion cedis ansa na mutimi tua abaya juma ye fo ka. Mintia some we been paying some da under this Fourth Republic. Say yeah, so broke. Say we borrow to pay public sector workers. Goods and services sika ya debe running agencies, ministries we borrow. Including sika ya debe to fuel go mampenye Kufuado kamu. And a pen ni A4 sheet amana mana chile so in the office. Ye bobosian ya diato A4 sheet ni pen. Ye bobosian ye sika diato atari amano. Na allowances nyina ye bobosian ansa ni ye sika ye. Statutory funds like common fund, like district, kind of saying get fund, road, I just see a bobosia. And ne common fund, in arrears for almost 1 year, 4 quarters, 1 year. Sikankoe, a better than puntu aba mantemu. A better than a contractor or no ya gatters or ya coin assembly level yen sikatuaneka 4 quarters. Sikanko common fund. Now, President Mama Chre, baby, ye jine and nam, or monshe share bonnet. Our modia kwakudra a car and a men of mine. Not kind of deficit also asem. Because some person who say buying be a very prudent or disciplined or responsible or where they are doing friend of budget deficits. Budget deficits no yet. The difference between sika abaino edi, sika abaina yusu dia ye eduma, as against sika abaninsem. It is a 100 million ba winsem na would do 120 million. There is a deficit of 20 million. I just call Bobo Sian out their finance. Ghana beto since 92 besinne. Ye deficit a yenya eso pa de kire se abaina di sika mana bro so chen dia abaninsem. Eye de see 2020. A deficit of 15.6%. You didn't see that. Why? Is it because I'm buying a coin and now you put to see hospital? Buy a hospital back okra won CB. You secondary school back okra buying we see kabibi am abosu nyina omo fe bi kra nye bi. Ye who are the papa bi o ma ye de adwuma ba kromwa. So it was not because of investments in the productive sectors of the economy where you can create jobs, but because of election-related wasteful expenditures. Ye beto abenti yen reni at all cost. Tisika no mo sending the mobile money na more members in the name of loans to support small and medium scale businesses under COVID support. And omo check Ghana sika mo hu di ni nyafu. So budget deficits 15.6%. And because of sakana babeda ho no mo di sika na broso abromu ni binti no. Omo punish Ghana for their own economic mismanagement. They have to get money to pay sakana beto because of sikana o ma dia broso no. Nti afi we nko a aban bia etete to so won man so. Say na be ya ne manfo be yen kan o mo covid nti na businesses etimi abounce back no. Taxes insia, COVID levy on NHIL, COVID levy on VAT. Now you the ESLA 20 pesos of fuel, 18 pesos per kilogram of LPG gas. You the baller tax. So many taxes are amagana for Honchre. Why? Because I buy no punish for the economic mismanagement. And President Mahama spoke about that. Now, and the MPP for the dada Ghana for Uyefuni ya sa reason no mo de bema uti ya sa reason ye de bema o ka se bi impredu sa untimi ne o yere nakra ye be ka se sa reason no. Nti ene o musika sem na o mani sika sem no matetia mana pansam no o can say o musu we COVID-19 COVID-19,
but is that not factual?
It is not factual.
How is it not?
Because COVID-19 ye pa man my COVID-19 how mo Ghana nka ho.
Really?
Yes.
How do you justify
I can tell you say extend problems are Ghana ye nya no economy we mu no enye bi ni COVID-19. Why COVID-19 say nya Ghana nkwana it was a pandemic into to man bia no be mboa. Cote d'Ivoire omo budget deficit ye saying omo spendable omo revenue saying 5.9% 2020 adena Ghana ye dey 15.6. Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Rwanda omo nyina budget deficit less than 7%. Adena ye nkwa 15.6. Omo nyina debt to GDP. In fact, Cote d'Ivoire debt to GDP 45%. Adena ye dey do 81.5. Adena yen lock omo from the international bond market. They omo nyina timi kokko bobosia Ghana nkwa obi aso omo ye bosia why? So it is not COVID. Where in fact, makane hana mesan so sisu biem. COVID kra na ma ban we nyeska.
You know why? You end in 5 minutes.
Hey, Obi.
Yes. 5 minutes and you would have done 25 minutes.
Wow. And yeah, me bono tofa. COVID. Emma, you know. 2019 Ghana tax revenue 43 billion. UTM 43 billion. COVID by year 2020 Ghana tax revenue 45.3 billion. It's nya more tax revenue in COVID year 2020 than 2019 before COVID. Into COVID no impact you're saying when we got more revenue than even the previous year. And on chain because of COVID, World Bank for it became my $1 billion. Meboa. I feel your man my another $1 billion. It's $2 billion. I buy be anywhere when you be from World Bank, from IMF. $2 billion. COVID inti. World Bank for my $100 million free grant. COVID I buy we Akojebosia or Bank of Ghana 20 billion. Parliament gave approval for 10 billion. They've overborrowed by 100%. Oma Bobosia 20 billion. President Mahama 4 years. Wa Mobosia free central bank once. Kwa wanyibi. President Mills anye bida omonko Central Bank akwa 20 billion. Stabilization fund yesika or you sikani bia ye dia to sa fund mu $200 million President Mahama de DJ omomakofa. The COVID the crown ama fa bronya hwanwe akoko. So it is not COVID. It is their recklessness, it is their crass incompetence, it is their crass economic mismanagement. And then the idea about bedroom baby no. Nene get funder yedi betumi ayem puntu a omo de akosi awo akwaje bosia. So about 70% of get fund proceeds and man yedi aye suku ho adwuma. And President Mahama spoke about the fact say ene yedi sua wonsem ya say no. Akra ko school ne yesi obema kwan chena yesi wo yasesa no. Ne de na ko fie da obeko school kra wonim. And then nursing training colleges ya postpone omo reopening dates. Colleges of education this year ya ma obi anko school ya postpone teacher trainees in Timinko school, nursing trainees in Timinko school, SHS 4 calendar they are yene basa because he can ho. Textbooks I was here they call basic schools mpo. 2 years ni enkoe. Na President Mahama said yeah ya wo mu ni say. O ma say Ghana sika sem wawie na because they are on they kind about jobs it requires time to make no second round. Na we are totally hopeless and clueless when it comes to job creation in nature. Almost as so say Ghana sika. And they are there about President Mahama Kaya me there. Say Ghana for one which any who here we mo. O man penisi and tighten your belts. Aban juma your 4 a few we mu aketu ntu mu or dia mo just 4%. And so o man penini dia sorry a or presidential jet too. But no call rent private jet, Boeing 737, Airbus ACJ 320 new. Don't share bakubia what team say a pack Ghana to $20,000. In 9 months alone, Ghana sika 640 billion. And now one penny kufuado they rented presidential private jets the 64 million Ghana cedis. I think we 10 million cedis, almost 100 billion on the rental of these luxurious jets. The abaya sika to amana ne de no de munya ne fe opede mu efa obetumi adwade wo wiem eno ne de that's what Falcon 900 eno na according to Sewa Bruni ukoda nkunchira ye de kwesiw. And people are suffering, people are not getting jobs, people are being made to pay more taxes just to finance the opulence of President Akufo-Addo. His extravagance and fanfast will be Ghana for. And Obi, these and many more. And I answer more. You Ramahama. Editu genre.
Before you end, I would ask this question. Semitier in Sema.
Na can say, my man is can say. E ya nimtia buo, e ya disrespectful. Say Ghana for one who children now say you tighten your belt. Now who leader no? Unyatema. Now one lead by example. Now what dear, you are living like an Arabian king, renting luxurious, hyper expensive private jets, whilst your people are suffering. Now what the state presidential jet akoma say wa Bruni.
So let me ask this question. Yeah. My question on this all of the things you've said, and I listened to former President Mahama. May they compare the Okaya in his speech before the election at Mo Manifesto launch. And some of the things you personally said even before the election, they captured all the things that were kind of ended. These things formed part of the election campaign. The Ghanaian people have decided that is the more cano. It might not be what is of real importance to the Ghanaian people because Omote Sansem still decided to repose confidence in this government.
Omote Sansem and they decided to repose confidence in John Mahama and the NDC. And that is why from 106 seats in Parliament, they gave us more than 138 seats, a clear parliamentary majority.
137.
No, 137 is what the EC declared for us.
Yes.
But we know that we won more than 137. And that is why we are in court in Techiman South. And that is why we are in court in Sefiyo also. Because the pink seats are or which we have put before the court shows that we won those seats. Omuti and Samna Yakan, and they are still listening to the wisdom in what president. Now, someone make an idea, I want to which of the things I've said here, and then you're truthful. Which of the things are President Mahama? Is it about our debt situation? Is it about the deficit? Is it about the economy? Is that Abai way totally clueless? Abai on about Bontiaka say mean create a human being. Enti Oya or Babuna for our destiny shows them work up with Juma. Who say they should go into entrepreneurship. Yet Where was said yes, we create an enabling environment for the private sector to thrive. You are killing the private sector with taxes upon taxes, including small and medium scale enterprises. How can businesses thrive? How can jobs be created when I'm saying import duty na medeba say you have a clinker cement any car the import adia import duty yes 749,000 import duty no taxes and levies and fees inquire 4 million Ghana 4 million 40 billion. How can businesses thrive? How can jobs be created that way? Okay. So Minia, that is why President Mahama yesterday he spoke like a statesman. He spoke truth to power, but while at the same time he spoke calling for unity so that we will be able to solve certain problems that are affecting you now. Now, 1 minute I can make kind way. Now,
1 minute.
Just 1 minute.
The second
in conclusion,
Dr. Okoboy.
In conclusion, yeah. In conclusion, I want to end on with a quotation there, a quotation of something President Mahama said in his speech. Now, me the manuesi because we na me person make it for my first round. Was it, ladies and gentlemen, President Mahama Neka saying, civil servants, doctors, nurses, teachers, businessmen and women, traders, farmers, drivers, and the teeming unemployed youth of Ghana. This government is our common national tragedy. We may yet have to endure these very difficult times for a while more due to a combination of factors. But I come to you this evening with a simple message. Do not, out of avoidable hardships and difficulties, despair to the point of losing hope and giving up on Ghana. Do not lose hope. Instead, I urge you to hope and work hard for a better Ghana and a better future under a new NDC administration in 2025. I am talking about a future where your name, your ethnicity, your tribe, your circumstances of birth will not determine how you are treated in your own country by your own government. I recall the words of the Most Reverend Japhet Yawo-Ledo during my thank you tour of the Volta region, and I stand this evening to assure the people of Ghana and the nation at large that all successive NDC administrations will continue to be a national and people-centered ones, sharing the national cake equally and beneficially to all regions and parts of the country. And lastly, this is the last paragraph. A future where institutions will work for the good of all citizens and all citizens will reciprocate institutions with willing respect, not demanded obeisance out of fear of repercussions from the powers that be. A future where the president will accord due respect to all citizens, including chiefs from all regions, so that a legitimate request by a chief in Aflao to a minister to complete and operationalize the community day senior high school started by my administration will not be treated shabbily by the president. Yeah, these are the words of hope of President Mahama.
I'll come back to you. Dr. Bernard Okoboy, because you did your speech yesterday, they responded today. Doc, my NTA, you have the same time.
Sabio, una odi asema tuja, asimu papa. It would always share the muka.
The oka.
Sabi muna ye tiemu. Na yesu ya shokwa ebe ya na nyesa. Sabio sabi said na na do danko kufa do kokasa. Sami meba abe chiremu na wo so de wo na waka na nyesa. Nti we de nya de a Sabio wamasa. Obi, first of all, no mami answer for nyina say COVID cases start echo up in other countries. Na December sana mikaya no. In fact, November, December no. A high risk season for COVID. Na other countries no cases na start kosro. Maybe kawa kawa the last time say train time our cases no be start kosro and crofo ye be say be fresh hospital ye man na wa frame say vaccine no hin. This is the time to go for it. Nyakupa dom ye kasa na vaccines no obi ye more than 8 million in stock or the national storage, and about 2 million vaccines are in the field with health workers in Tikojibi. Now I made a statement this afternoon or Ibis say if you die of COVID today or tomorrow, largely it's your choice. If you had died a year ago, it is destiny. The Americans say a year ago na sebi chroma na vaccines in anyhow.
Yeah.
Intimate mesrɛ bomodin utiemia kona ko obisi doctor me modena na me pematis AstraZeneca o che de ope na covid is a kawa kwa ori obefa so no enye wo na obekire tie sremo whichever vaccine you get take it. It will save you from death and severe illness. Obi, and now so me mami Ekosiise a commission 54 bed capacity hostel. Our siama cancer children our Kolibu. I hear Mrs. Rebecca Ekufo-Addo.
I saw the pictures.
Obi, now there was only one thing I took away from the commissioning of this 18-room hostel. Papa na oye Ghana Association, I mean the Ghana Association of Parents with parents or more children with cancer. One doctor, Dr. Ave, or can be me Emma Awo. I
was saying,
oh Obi, the man said 2009 and I'm forming association. No more say 75% of all childhood cancers are treatable. Now, so when patients come, only about 50 or 60% continue treatment. Why? Because omoba sebienya malaria after 1-2 days or coffee. Yeah. You have to stay around sometimes for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, maybe 2 months. Sorry, Obi. And Tomu said the biggest problem was accommodation. Now sebi for some reason baby so omunya childhood cancer no na fear nye that strong.
Yeah.
And papa ni say ono ni ba na cancer may akrani so rest in peace akrani come free. Or the new South Africa send a honomu children's hostel, mothers and children's hostel for cancer children. Into or catch and say although ni body free mono e bi obe for obe Ghana anye bi obe. Or see how many people you serve for 2009 Obi corporate bodies e bi omoko Obi amfa or chop book cry because of fans always Obi. Ebe mi say na dom no endorse. Book na amfa. Or see finally 2017 and Obi catch am say mo mbe mame no na wo compassion IFS ready. Or see mame no catch am say o kaka akra se bibi ba ni nsema odo mo kakaka yen hwe bi ade no beko Obi kakaka munji 5 years yi and first lady and papa ni say it was in 2017 Oshia Obia Sena or your angel. These are the words of the man that when Oshia first lady everything changed and then Nyankopon Dome the Sunshine Hostel, that's how they call it. The Rebecca Ekufo-Addo Sunshine Hostel, 54 beds with conference rooms, kitchen, sitting area, playing ground. If we can all add a little bit, Ghana will become what we want to see. Auntie Rebecca, and I mean jokingly, me can say, "Yen chow pony, a payable pony." In Canada, a payable. Just say, "Obia yen chow couple." And I said, "We won't dino won't kika." Erus rui, nanka yeko tia wanka. By the way, last month, Lodina Jini de, and we are aside. Ye Ethiopia, Amoje. Na Sebi, you see, it's for you to judge. Obi, John Dramani Mahama. When a socialist delivers a speech at a 5-star hotel that has 5 different levels of security, it means it is modern socialism. Obi. Now, me feel say be on that hall. Now, you put Juma no see me for what say papa we dey no kan Obi. E chebe be say you see James ye speech no e wo Kempinski. Me see but NDC full soldiers no. Why ever the Eko Kempinski any protocols any for omo ahi e no medru sa ho no. Enti anya wa Obi mi hwe mu no na Joyce Bawa Moktari ni stand go me say aha e bi ya Kempinski die we mo na me wo na Nyankopon na eda na si say ene Ekufo-Addo aban amane ma we nyina esi a Kempinski da be na esi ye Obi o de mi na wi am bi so se o bo na date nu abetom Obi yesi ama o cheche ne we be ndé Obi GM kanema bebre but my who say I've said it here 2024 the outcome will be determined not necessarily by the number of policies and programs but by communication. Obi my who from the NDC say omu is skilled at communicating nyama and reflecting their AC. Obi President Kufuor ye nyama bebre nanso ye koto about 2008 na NDC papa oko bisa Sebi na nyama ya ye no we counted on our programs and policies. Sena
Niama NDC for shank from catch on Nanyesa. So this time, no ma catch a call for you say near Brisa be breaking 8 now, Obi. We don't have to take anything about free more for granted. We must calm down and answer it. How can say former President Mahama Beka say the trust and for Ghana for Mundi, their seats went up from 106 to 137. The same electoral commission are supervising the process.
You spoke about clear parliamentary majority.
Oh, please, I've quoted from him. Me throw my cut through the whole speech. Okay, say the trials reflected led to their seats increase from 106 to 137 with an increase of 31. Actually, in our so Sami, calm down and read. The point I'm making is that if the same commission, if the same commission are bastardizing itself on integrity, or my supervising process, Emma Wawa Jatum say trust was reflected, Emma seats echoes through by 31 seats. And by the same neighbor presidential, Osi Udiebo, Untibida. Now, it's not complex mass. It is clear for many constituencies that NPP strong, Obi. Say, we won the presidential and yet lost parliamentary. Not one, not two, not three. Baby, typically, Tiwa. President are leading heavily. Uko share MP or the form. Me and my senior brother you pay. President are leading heavily. Uko share MP or the form. Uko Cape Coast. Uko share presidential. President Edenim share MP or the form. So that was the norm at many places. Until statistician now will share figures now. And now if the seats are close, but when it comes to presidential, Baku Adienim Obi. It's if you do not attend pre-sec, you will get it, Obi. So we didn't say Jones. Obi. You say pre-sec they say me mass I have solving war a cracker a disco prempe am fan all the bedroom pre-sec. Sometimes in variables cry it me solve pre-sec legal. And one copy pre-sec any complex. In fact, 2012 then the complex. When you add all the MPs, NDC MPs candidates, when you add all their votes, Obi. JM had 500,000 votes more than the cumulative figure of all the colleagues. Now ask this question. It means there were 500,000 people who came to the polls, voted for JM, but it didn't go to any of the MPs. And it did not also show up in our results. When the complicated, unexplained mathematics are, and not this simple one. So the point I'm making is that JM, and as I come through the script, another comment I'm making about the Supreme Court and the Electoral Commission, very alarming, and I'll call on civil society to wake up and do something about it. Obi, President Mamasi, you cut through what he describes excruciating hardship and suffering. Wow, Obi, by the time my JB, President JM, every office, Obi, now Obuasi, you're shutting it down. Yeah, Papa, Oti Kokosu. Sebi okopacho sa muye bibi na yembie na obwaso nyina yes sama aduko cemetery
sama pom
Obi nana wakomapemu osre muye bibi Obi amfa na nyese JM time no the means kwa obefa so obeye no na the know how no ni ho but by the grace of God ye buy no ye commission obwase no nana kan bibi osi no nim Ekufu Addo ache. But we share no opposition. Catch any say, "Same we GDP so about China betting ye." That's the difference I'm talking about. So surprising. Me use surprising. And because of politics. Say and church moi. Jane Befa we didi. Akachi obi say omubre. Nansu his record is very very distressing. Or see, okay economy no. I noticed something about this speech. Very very smart way of approaching. Also, at the macro level, we can feel the heavy impact of a troubled economy. What kind of talk is that? I saw Dr. Waka say, patient, when I look at the looks of the patient and the gait and the stamina and how he's breathing, the patient is not well. Who told you that's how you tell a patient is not well? What is the heart rate? What is the blood pressure? What is the temperature? What is the power in the legs? There are indicators you use to tell the strength or well-being of a patient. What's the Glasgow Coma Scale? There are scores we give to tell the level of consciousness of a patient at one accident. You use the figures. And when I feel Dr. Baumia, when he's talking about the economy, he gives you the facts and the figures. Raw facts, either from Statistical Service, GRA, or from Bank of Ghana. And yeah, I think at the micro level, the impact. And from Nkrumah time Nkrumah time omo ka say na nye in fact you overthrow Nkrumah no dey people jubilate say that name my thing Nkrumah na ye to no hunyum no a champion sa is all ye what operation feel yourself e only one Nkrumah say hey I want you ban you do that. So because of the way economies and the world runs, prices go up with year. They call it inflation. Deflation is a problem, but too much inflation too is a problem. I agree. But until you can say prices you call a pair country. But JM was doing now panda back who say playing on the emotional keyboards. So I want you but the state the figures, not the fiction. Figures, not fiction. Figures. Obi, very very important. Now, Oko figures more. JM knows that he will be exposed. But BBI very smart. JMC, Obi show ni speech, you know, from 2009, NDC about power up to 2017. One can about primary balance, one can interest rates, one can treasury bill rate. JM can about fiscal deficit. Only the okay. Or see because they put in place the pillars for a strong economy. Yeah, enter 2017 and a growth of 8%. Wow, Obi, an 8-year period. FM. You didn't speak to the events that happen in each year. But who can say, now can say, me and you time me tea free ejuma no mono. Now 8% aba. Meanwhile, 2016 when GM was exiting, growth was 3.5. Now one lay foundation crana is solid. You're jumping from 3.5 to 8.0 now. Obi, the point I make is that one both figures no individual because when he goes there, like a doctor mentioning the temperature or heart rate or blood pressure, quickly GM will be exposed because the facts normally do not favor him. And at deaths, Osha end this for you now. It's American economy where the only place they go and talk about is debt. They don't talk about primary balance. Until MPP came, Ekufado ni baomia bayano. Not Ghana's primary balance, it was in a deficit for about 3-4 straight years. Now I see primary balance. I'm a chair muada. Normally, who do you see because to your debt, SFC debt. Primary balance just say yes. Who do you no man ye no free ho because ubeti have two eka kese bia ebia usika nyina kra every month by force I was on for service. But yen fair no tunche na yen hwe say sika usaka no ahi na wo spending. JM had negative. What it means is that when he was president the last 3 years, sika na oyusu o mayo na edosu change the insaka. That is how you tell whether a government is being reckless. Now, immediately Ekufado became president for 3 straight years before COVID struck in 20. Ghana's primary balance was in surplus. Obi, say Usha Obia on Nifie any asylum down IMPP for there another Paka ISami Jemfi ni inheritance. Usha Obia, these are the things they use to tell you whether your country is on track or is going backwards. Another one, I will be very neutral. Maybe say, how are the cost of credit like? Umainomu say o central bank the sika ma banks ahi na oji omo JM1 no oji 25.5%. Now I know in the speech no so person create opportunity now who create opportunity who charge 25% from banks no how much would they give it out Obi FM ebia Kennedy Japan won nyina no Nyankopon ento no kwam osi doctor me chemu you see interest rate 25%. In fact, that was policy rate. And GM time no one yakwa be 29. Me can't tell you almost odos until them mami 29. Obi 29 say bank ma 100 Ghana cedis ah. Ube free ube be draw our piano. Waji 29 Ghana cedis free unsem dada for coming for the money. Now Obi 60 1 cedis ana nyesa na beka.
Yeah, beka
71. Obi yeah. 71 cedis no. Sebi risk of the cost of production, the risk involved in accident say fire ni number mo enti economic activity na e slow niam ankoyi na wo a o policy rate enam 25.5 una wo ka say o promise economic having e Ghana na JMC now we are tiaway where is very instrumental. Ghana is spending 35.8 billion cedis to service our debts. Now let me give you some data. In fact me chair Dr. Baumia data and facts are hey now who they say na who tutu with sami who they who need tolerance but what can say ka cray Obi sami obabu man paper that's a problem sisi paper man we be go na ba Obi Ghana's total debt stock when Kufuor was living was 9.5 billion.
Asempa FM.
You say no problem I'll give it to you Obi by the time President Mills, may his soul rest in peace, and James were living, it had grown to about 121 billion. Obi, 9.5 to 121 in 8 years. The percentage when I calculated, again, pre-second, Obi. The percentage, Obi, about 1,273%. Wow. That's a record of the NDC. The total not nominal of raw figure now, it was 1,273% of what they came to meet. They are saying our current amount is 334 billion. We've added 214. We met 120. When you do the calculation, the increase is 278%. Obi, 278. Oh, they find they say 4 years, I had 278. The next 4 years, I had 278. When you add, you are still under about, let's say, 500 for 8 years. You see, this is the way you compare the strengths of two people who say they want to manage your affairs. So, who share 1,000%, just say, Ajigong, you don't go there. Now, this is another interesting thing. By the time the NDC was leaving power, Obi, we were using about 9.5 billion to service our debts and amortization. That was the raw total debt they met at the beginning of the 8 years. What did they can say? On share 9.5 billion. Time on make free power in 8 years. Sika here annually to service debts was the total one they started with. Get this first picture. Now, JM and Nura say we are using 35.8 billion to service our debts annually. It is what percentage of what we came to meet? Usha is about a quarter. Oh, please. Yeah. Oh, interest with servicing. And yeah, it's servicing. You pay for interest. Yes. Amortization. Oh, yes. Oh, Obi. Oh, I think your point has been well made. No, your point is well made. Now, service officer for close to 30 minutes, come on one from me. I'm born corner okasa. Anka frame me pana me kabi bi. Kabi bi. Na me si mo kakra. Obi, enti Usha the record no, it doesn't favor me uncle. Former President John Dramani Mahama. James say your fiscal deficit no and your COVID. Now you overspending reckless. Obi. Obi yet no my way mu. And foreign lands close sebi or ports because of COVID. Most countries went on a lockdown. Yeah, haboy Obi vessels. It reduced from Namayenya, let's say weekly. It reduced. I do about 5-10%. Virtually the ports were closed. Obi. Kotoka was closed also. Is that also Obi? Now, Nipa Oye shop honestly were closed. Who are very important vessel in Krana Omba Obi. If never when you see Abaya traditionally country about 30% or 40% of all your revenue. Every port, you know, Ebani saying and a sebi Obeka say deficit a year worse. Obeka say it had nothing to do with COVID. Now, sebi Obi teacher uncle school for close to 6 months. Every month you talk and one can say when him say sebi I don't want sustainable Obi. If Akufo-Addo wanted to still respect fiscal policies, he would have tried to either slash salaries of those who were at home or virtually not pay at all, because when you don't make an input, there is no output. Once a government is still spending, going by the expenditure plan, but in the revenue plan, no, airdropping and now has vanished, no, he has to close the gap. Obi, that's what deficit is about. O start here, no, o see o obedi 1,000. What calculate is say sika be ba unsem 1,000. Obi nye sa. But 1,000 o di tua umba school fees. O sa dey show mu medical bills. BBSC ama 1,000 na unsa be kanu Obi embebium. What you can do is to choose to be fiscally disciplined. What it means that because your money is not coming, you just tell your children that let's put school on hold. Now medical bills, you know, so nyanko pompe and so Obi. That's what you do. You see fiscal prudence, and I will do fiscal plans. But oya buyer, obe say who saving kwafon kwa. Now uma who chamber for ma. Obe koso spend sika although unsan kandi o hwehwe. Unsan kandi o hwehwe nti e was so onko pesika we bi fufuro na unfan share anam. Enne be ma the FN deficit say wo kanana de wo di na wonni bi no akosoro. Obi wenyina jam ni mo. Jam nim. Nanso 2024 to meet osi ohun ye na na akobia me chiao Obi onim the impact of COVID. Akomia see Ordinary now every week 1 year 2.5 million or so from bus STC. I call every coast in Obi. COVID inti yet to your borders as part of our measures. The first cases of COVID from northern Ghana, omu free north and omu enter Ghana. They all had the virus. Enti President Kufuor 2 border mu na your time anabu apayo, but a part of plans to save lives. Enti say what 2 border mu na President Nana Komia ka say STC or yamwa because the revenues you come from a chair say COVID na nya grow obi. Anka COVID amba am Kufuor 2 border mu. Akomia be ka say oya bailout. No. Obi airport Usha parliament they do influence by Robi. Now shit Minkasa Bafomo. Revenue inflows. COVID about be on 2 coin. Me was come nyanyina. If airport terminal 3 na ya esamidi ye de pano. The money we need to pay no. It was and then now we sami. It was from calculations. Obi na from calculations on my year. When you know Obi a drop here. Enti me pacho e buy economy sebi COVID ama challenges aba. Now Okoboy President Kufuor ekita Sasubana on him say there are obi operating restaurant. Obi operating restaurant. COVID inti. Usi obi among biampie no. How would they feed? There are difficulties. Obi on renters chair ni ema funra. For close to months. Usi maye ye no. Odini mba mebre obi said oya importer. No port on odidi kakra. Versus mban obi obebre. All these people are living in Ghana. So there's hardship. But what we must not do is to try and take advantage of the difficulties of those people for political power. Speak to how you would have helped them. James is not speaking about how you help them. He's only reminding them of their problems. Okoboy is here to remind those people. Say fifre na tiwa. Udun sako she James semwa one sha enye fifre pe obi. Ebe free ambulance. Now, James creating jobs and not speech James say opese on fixing the economy no. This is how you do it. I see NDC manifesto. Jai disturb obi. Mr. Bedini kasa me mreni. Enti ma me di mre. Obi. James say anka NDC manifesto no promise here no. Now the subject was creating jobs. Jobs na the issue. Yeah. Nanka he would have done infrastructure. Now I stir up growth. Now I fixing the economy. Now I hear tax cuts. Now I developing a digitally functional economy. And I'm saying, hey, James. Now, what device 4 years? In fact, 3.5 plus acting 5 or 6 months. Now I have 4 years of president. After 8 years, I know how to fix the economy. Now economy now will fix it. You know anymore. English. If you want to, do you fix something that is broken?
No, you don't.
James said the 2020 manifesto. No person will fix the economy. Just say, because the economy is broke, is that not it? Now, tell me, no, all few as president, what was our inflation? What was growth? How was primary balance line? How was interest rate? BBI was even power crowd for 3 years. It couldn't be on. Also, be fixing. And tax cuts, James obey tax cuts, but we don't know him like that too. When his minister said, when they went into a serious hole in 2012 after reckless spending, only the James here, Obi Fatemi. Condom, omo use condom cry. Asem to one. Taxes ebedaso. Ema yekopacho machete taxes ba missing machete. Yeah, cutlasses. Taxes baso. President John Dramani Mahama imposed over 17 taxes. In addition to taxes na ya oti unse asamimu o list bi omodi bawo habo. Say hey, say na be show taxes e Kufuor charge. Sa taxes ni na JM charge ni na. Except about 2 or 3. COVID taxes na introduce recent. And no na JM man charge. Obi dynamic time one time.
You end in 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Obi, wow, ma kai songo. Obi, wow, ma kai songo. Obi friend no see yeah. Other people friend no more times I don't say hey. Jini friend man so na wo timer.
Time.
We are small. Obi, this having a timer. Obi, John Dramani Mahama say plans or one or person on TVET, the free in available. These are the things we must do. Now, I don't know whether they are not telling what is happening in Ghana. TVET, it has been taken care of. Obi. And let me end by saying this. An economy that can still open applications create portal for people to apply. Midibu Kasai, Ministry of Education, Omanji over 100,000 Ghanaians. The highest ever in anybody's first term. Because of the free SHS, they have to take a lot of teaching and non-teaching assistance. An economy that has absorbed, giving clearance to over 120,000 health workers in 4 years. As we speak, they've advertised recruitment for immigration, police, prisons. An economy that still has space to absorb public workers. An economy, no Obi. I've never seen a single report say Ghana has been in default of its debt service. Never. As we speak now, anybody should challenge me. And a country, an economy that can still sustain its debt servicing. And guess what? An economy that positions itself, as we speak today, as the #1 destination for foreign direct investment. These are facts, Obi, not a cowboy sentiment. Over Senegal and Nigeria. Now, Dr. Baumyanti, there are different types of exchange rate regimes. Obi, let an economist call you. There are those who practice fixed exchange rate and floating. Some of the countries they are mentioning, like the Ivory Coast and this, some of them, the economies are pegged to the French currency. And to show more, naturally, over the years, deficits. Oh no, you can't compare their deficits to ours because they don't run a floating free market economy. Anything that Obi says Sierra Leone, any Liberia, deficits form. Would you say they are better off because of that? No, it is when you are not deep in those ones. So I'm sure I know I am mistake. And all I want to say is that Obi, we have challenges, but the surest hope is not with the author of economic mismanagement, which is JM. The surest hope is with an MPP administration. And when the MIA say we will continue to give hope to Ghanaians.
Okay, very well. Mami na say Dr. Okoboy and Etienne and Karen second round. Let me say a big good evening to lawyer Ejudi Tamaklo. Okay, Ejudi Tamaklo at the MDA staff establishment and cost for 2021. Also mid-term budget projected expenditure on salaries for just 839,000 public sector workers, and number no is okay over 30 million or 30 billion. Yeah, 30 billion. Oh, yeah, 30 over 30.313 billion. Lawyer, thank you so much. My main kind message is me Nubina Fe, lawyer Samij and Film Rem near in second round near Fan Common Emra Awie. We say for Social Democrats to choose most expensive venue, Kempiski, to tell Ghanaians about hardship was refreshing to hear. For a former president who refused to employ some doctors and nurses despite the nation needing their services to turn around and demonize President Akufo-Addo, who has given them employment, is equally refreshing to hear. Ex-President Mahama said nothing new. It was just the usual propaganda theatrics. Ghana is indeed a great place to be. And that's from Farouk. He is in Tema. Wait, so Obi, did I hear lawyer Sami Jemfi say with their checks from the pink sheets available to them, they had more than 137 seats? Why then are they still silent on the result they had in the presidential? Hold on. They had in the presidential election upon all the allegations against the EC. Sami should today tell us what they had. Fallacy fact. Okay. Let me see the other ones we have here. Nafi into me and Twaso. But I just read Ana Ejuni Tamaklo is here waba. Ejuni Tamaklo waba MPP ana.
Maybe only is a senior communicator.
And another one to my kind of message is here.
Okay,
the testers belong to another.
The whole crime, wow. Charlie.
And I say you
my brain too much. No, aha. Enti, Chairman Adokoka, good evening to you. Mijini se bibia ekoye.
Can I tell my message?
No, about earlier conversation. Chairman Adokoka. Same, ma mintio.
Obi,
ma menya 10 minutes. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that Dr. Kuboy Kasano Masrisa. Obi, you know why? Let me be some who said. The Dr. Kuboy no one seminar work on Ojidi. Does he believe himself?
Oh, are
me like meaning say we do that level now. Also, you be more.
He
level
there. Fact. Do you want to dispute
the fact?
Okay, then dispute them and let's see.
Now, me person me be sense now work on one gasa GD because the man if he believes what he said. Was there an economy higher than an economy which has lost access to the international bond markets? First time in the history of Ghana. On Maya, you say, ye ba man send biaso say ye be bobosia. Ye nyebi, ye maye, yakobiness ye nyebi. Is that the economy you are celebrating? An economy, the finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta say, entimi fa obi adwuma biem in the public sector. Dr. Koboy Asempa FM said there is still space in the public sector.
But they are just recruiting police officers and immigration officers. Are they not?
But you were not here. Were you not here when the Minister for Finance went to UPSA and told the graduating students and the youth of this country, say the public sector is choked into me for maybe?
Yeah, say AF4.
Because you took him out of context.
That means
what context is
a limit to how many government can employ.
Massa, that means I am telling you, the man says the public sector is choked. Which word in that sentence and a hazy or nebulous that you cannot understand?
What is for a job? We are private sector.
Me pacho, mamenka masem.
Nebulous.
Mamenka masem. An economy, entry man nursing training institutions into MBA school. For the first, many fear minti did that say nursing training institutions. A time as I was on Muko school. Yes, you postpone reopening dates. I just said next year, 2022, and son wait me out school acquire nurse. What to be Wagana Bakosemuda? An economy is so broke that teacher trainees cannot go to school.
Asempa
in 2021, you're postponing your reopening to 2022. Is that an economy? What is the Okoboy talking about? An economy for 2 years and being provided textbooks to basic schools. Abraya new curriculum. It was textbooks for that curriculum. 2 years, no textbooks. So most schools have reverted to the old curriculum. Is that an economy? And say, does he believe what he's saying? Let's start with your kind about COVID. Was it COVID time in countries be a lockdown? COVID time in nebi munko adwuma. COVID time no way you say and I to report we mu. But Obi, the question is, what was the impact of that unanticipated event, in this case COVID, no? Obi, are you getting me? Say Obi here lockdown for 3 weeks is not the issue. Say Obi a close to the port or on a country, and yet the issue. Say teacher be anko adwuma, it's not the issue is what was the impact of that pandemic on your finances? And Obi Anyaza. Oh, my phone just went off. I wanted to read to you a story. In fact, Graphic Online has published. Just Google Ghana Revenue Authority achieves revenue target for 2020. Obi awuti mi biya Google it. The revenue targets Sikadodo abai we ka senko be pen 2020 COVID year was 47 billion. They reviewed it to 42.7 billion because of COVID. 42.7 billion. And they got 45.3 billion. 2.5 billion more than what they projected, which is 6% increments.
And also GRA, right?
GRA.
In a way, GRA exceeds 2020.
Yes.
2020 revenue target.
Kind story. GRA exceeds 2020 revenue target. So, Sikakra, what can I say? Where Porta Benny?
Graphic Online.
Graphic. Sikakra, what can I say? More penal. Tienio, Manya bro. 2.5 billion more, 6% more. So where from this issue, what was the impact on the economy? Where from this issue of COVID? Oh, are you getting my point? That's the first point. Secondly, no. Send it to him. No, all the stories say, graphic publishers. Are you denying it? But GRA itself held programs and told the nation said they have exceeded their revenue target, so we should clap for them. Okobo, you don't know this.
Let me send to him. I'm sure of fact be not.
Don't send him just graphics. Send the city 1 2. Send the all the stories. You don't know you are a government. You are the official government spokesperson. You should know where this is even a government achievement. Listen, doc. You don't know this. Let me tell you. I mean, you this is a government achievement one of your achievements is that you achieved your revenue target for 2020, even in the COVID year. It is a car moka some open when you cram and abrozo COVID be rebel okay. And I can say, budget deficit. Okay, economic indices. So say we should not look at a patient and niakasa or yariana or yari certain barometers. Obi certain indices. And another budget deficit the one can work primary balance. And then I'm pass a Fiscal Responsibility Act. Because you agree, say, the measure of a government's recklessness or disciplineness is measured by budget deficit. And your primary balance. Budget deficit na chere sika dodo abanya use as against the revenue awenya. The worst ever record in this fourth republic, 15.6% under you, unfair. Is that the economy you want us to celebrate? And Togo, enya COVID, Benin, enya COVID, Cote d'Ivoire, na mu position, de bia ngode Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire ho. Mo ka say electricity bills mpo a Ghana yetua na wahano. Yemfa to Cote d'Ivoire. President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia did that in the position. Cote d'Ivoire's deficit is 5.9. Yours is 15.6. How can you blame COVID? Unko na wunya COVID. Na ye free ya COVID. Munye kwan ya COVID. Unye usi school COVID. Unye hospital COVID. Na COVID ma na ye ho toye. Na nyuma ba na mo bia no kromu ha. Na adwuma papa ba na ma ye no kromu ha. The manufacturing sector in 2019 grew by 6.5% before COVID 2019. But 2016 now grew 7.9. The financial and insurance sector grew by 8% in 2016. 2019 before COVID it grew by 1.5%. The construction sector in 2019 grew by 8.4%. In 2019 before COVID it grew by negative 4.4. Before COVID your economy was in shambles. Debt to GDP across you can say 62%.
Asempa FM.
56 to 62%. Now Bobosia more than 100 billion. Now munye ade papa bia wukrum. Why are you blaming COVID? Monkwa na munya COVID. Now oya say wie na. O say yen kasa about the economic indices. Is it our growth 2020 growth rate you're saying? 1 point something. No na a favorable economic indices a chesem we better managers of the economy. And not the COVID. Now President Mahama dey nya growth rate of 3.5 and not there we should discount the external factors or the act of God that lead to low growth. No? You see the hypocrite. President Mahama, the highest growth rate in Ghana on the achieve as vice president under the Mills administration and head of the economic management team, 14.4% in 2011. Even before COVID, on your growth rate of more than 8% in 2000, even before oil, on your growth rate of 8% in 2010, the highest. In 2016, Afidia yedi to oil ne say yeno. Na yentimian produce oil for the greater part of 2016. Non-oil growth was 4.6%. Oil growth was negative 15.6. And then the amount 4.6 in about to 3.5. Even though say na Afidia na say, enya mamu ho asem obi uti na say. Eno de am say the record no. De bia mo de sopano. Now what the year COVID in film? Now 2016 commodity prices, gold, oil, cocoa, amafom. Don't you still assess us based on that record? Do so na new 2012, 2013, 2015. Mon finds assess na. Why should we discount COVID? COVID in T what Bank of Ghana called you 20 billion. Where did you qua? COVID in T IMF amount $2 billion. Where did you qua? World Bank amount $100 million. Where did you qua? Now saying SHS will be a school. Sika omode to face mask, Veronica buckets, and hand sanitizers man kro. Almost $100 million obi meboa. 598 million cedis. Statistica no 5.9 trillion. And Akufo-Addo no Dr. Bawumia say. Omode to sanitizer konko baako. Face mask reusable 1 million. And a Veronica bucket miensa pe school. What disika na wi a wo de ba, una wa say economy na wi a wo de ba be COVID. So it is not COVID. But be the
Asempa.
As for the issue about baby, I call your program, Kim Piskin, you mugu, you find so because doc, what is will be a your program will be a bisem program yet me any baby cry into Eska. Indeed, the facts here, your program will be in say, no, now the measure a standard of living. Upeso who Ghana for sitting more. coupon a yonko tuta. Would you say government spokesperson fuel coupon ye maubi. Yonko to fuel be who be drew. Who fail o card said me fail me there. Now you feel it. And you'll be programmed why any kin peace na de bekasa. Kojomwa, you feel it. Ko konte back. Esamna ye die konkonte no la pewa boys in the krum from 200 Ghana cedis in 2016 to 600 Ghana. That is the economy. Enti eno the venue no free. But o can be say yefa eno no ntonchen. Ghana ka ho asem. Ye buy na Ghana ka 9.5 billion. It is 9.8 but the memfa 9.5 billion. And in 8 years ye dey call 121 billion meboa. But 120 billion. About the memfa the 121 billion. It will your analysis and let say the 111 billion the car Ghana ka ho. Both males and John Mahama in 8 years.
Or no share percentage.
What percentage? That is that makes it warped. That is why you master, do you pay interest based on percentage?
Oh, but I know you're simple.
No, you service your debt based on percentage. Let me make my points. Yes, I won't how dog. You. But the only I am in the crowd may be ashamed. Obi, when you are servicing your debt, which you interest on your debt, you pay based on actuals.
That's true.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Percentages they are deceptive.
That's how we are economic analysis that you have to add the percentage.
But the percentages and you're not the wabobosia more. Because me bobosia 10 billion.
Yeah.
Okay? So remember say Ghana they cut 10 billion. Now me bought 10 billion can do 20 billion. So my increase Ghana by 100%.
Yes.
Me boy.
Yeah.
From 10 billion to 20 billion. My increase Ghana by 100%. Obi ba na sa is it can 20 billion. Ono ba no be about 15 billion why increase Ghana by saying 75%. Or the 15 billion abaka 20 billion no man do 35 billion. 75%. And maybe we increase Ghana by 100%, no. No increase Ghana by 75%. 75% na ya de cheme. No. We about 15 billion, maybe 100 billion. So the percentage will look bigger because the denominator has changed. Percentages is about denominators, which keeps changing. But a card do what the car Ghana can also mills Mahama the 111 billion account. It Ghana can do 120 billion. And no you try who see who. Sa kana na that why was say the Ghana fusi ketua. Who would you free 120 billion? Would you do 336 billion? Would you 216 billion account? And no see who in yetua. And no what can of my neighbor. What's the percentage? Percentage in the you could try you see who you try based on percentage. So you're being disingenuous. Who the 260 billion naka Ghana ka ho? 36 billion. Oko boy. Interest payments. Oh, obi me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mem patro yes, sir. Yes, sir.